Hey everyone.
Hello.
All right.
I gotta reset
Hey,
that.
Grandma So Happy. And the Heathstead, congratulations on your first live. Why didn't I get the ping on that? I'm going to have to go back in and check to see if they did that dirty deed to me again. Oh, that's interesting.
What's that?
As the primary here, I can't, I can do two things. I can put user in timeout or block. I can't go to user's channel off of this. I got to go off of go over to the other one here. There we go. I got to go off the YouTube side to do it. Darny,
Yes.
darny, darn.
Yeah, you don't get to do the fun stuff on StreamYards.
Okay, my bell's unrung, and I was unsubscribed. I was kicked off their channel. I'm back on their channel now.
Yeah, that's been happening to a lot of people. I know I had a few tonight that I had to go back and resub. Habit Essentials, good evening. You got my email? About time. Gonna have to get after them carriers. They're slow.
Yeah.
There's Miss Lori Jean.
And Ash's Treasure, Homesteading and Gardening. Hey. All right. So how many weeks says we got? We got 13 watching, and we got 7 likes. I'll like myself. I'll give it 8 likes.
Wall Street Homestead, good evening.
Hey.
Hey,
So
Homesteaders. Welcome.
yeah.
Steamroot Mountains and Liberty Bell.
All right. Excuse me. Time for another cough drop. Actually, this is a Hall's defense, so I'll
Yeah,
take
he
the
went and
ticket.
had to stock up after I stole the last bag of cheap stuff. He went out and bought the expensive stuff finally.
Oh yeah, I went and bought. I got some of the Call. I got the Relief. I got the Defense. I got the big bag of honey lemon, and I got the throat spray.
See how he is? He gets all the good stuff after I go swipe the cheap stuff. So, Adam's Eden Farm
Hey,
and Woods Woman. Hello, welcome.
welcome everybody.
For your all's information, I am comedic relief tonight. I have no input upon matters of love because I'd be single. So we're just going to leave it up to the you married people to chit chat, and I'll keep the single people laughing.
Well, no, we're not going to talk about the red dragon, please. We may give a 5 minute update, and that's it. But we're not going to go in depth on it. This is about love and caring about your significant other or those you love, whether they are not your significant other, if they happen to be just other family members that you want to take care of and stuff. So, and how your feelings for them affects the way that you prep.
The red dragon be called COVID-19.
Yeah.
That's the designation I gave it the first night I talked about it. That way it wasn't dinged by YouTube, Facebook, and everybody else for presenting an opinion that differs from the mainstream.
All right. My runny nose I got from my grandson has gone away. However, after I get a runny nose and stuff and I develop a cough, for the next 8 weeks, I have a cough that just it gets irritated from coughing. I take some throat lozenges. It feels better, and then I take a deep breath or something. I get some cold air, or whatever, and it irritates again. I call it my catch-22 cough. If any of you are old enough to remember the movie Catch-22, that's why I call it.
That's good, Laurie. I'm glad you got that upgraded. Cool.
What I missed? What I missed?
While he gets himself figured out here,
Mhm.
I'm gonna throw in a little self-promotion. At the top of the chat, there is a link to my Discord server. I'm inviting all homesteaders, YouTubers, preppers, people who want to learn, and people who want to share information. I've got it set up so each type of group has their own pretty little color. I have now over 700 PDFs on here, as well as several probably close to 30 audio files, ranging everywhere from beekeeping to Bible chat to gardening and everything in between, including a beginner's carpentry book in PDF.
Mhm.
So if you are so inclined to join the family that's growing, please do so. And I will make sure I get you in the appropriate group and we'll grow our happy little family and get away from being censored, because guess what? There's only one censor on that, and it's me. And the only thing I'm going to censor is foul language. So that's that. The link he said is right above you there. And it's for Discord, not for YouTube.
Mm.
But I will type something in YouTube so you can find my channel that way. Bless you. Or excuse you.
Excuse. Yeah, but when I sneeze, everybody's eardrum. I will be rushing to try to mute it because I will blow everybody's eardrums out, and it seems like I'm screaming hoarse. Shh. Yeah.
If you type on my name and you hit the three little, or go to hover over my name and hit the three little buttons, it'll say go to his channel.
I'm feeling much better. You could have said poor me 8.5 years ago when one of the managers at DHS told everybody you have to get the flu shot, otherwise you will be suspended. I got the flu, so I went and got the flu shot. 10 days later, I came down with that strain of the flu. I had never had the flu before. I'd never gotten a flu shot before. I have not gotten one since. I have not come down with the strain of flu since. But I was out for 2 weeks. I came back. I went to HR, and that manager was terminated because that is something they cannot make you get a flu shot.
Hello, Tior. And Lori, yes, if you're ready, when you're ready, let me know after this. If it's tonight or tomorrow, I will be glad to help you get it taken care of.
So now that I'm off of that rant about the flu, on the personal regular flu bug and stuff. So basically, I'm going to say probably on myself, how I caring about my family and everything has affected my prepping back in the beginning when I was still a teenager. I read everything I could find on prepping, homesteading, everything. I mean, I got my mom to get a subscription to Mother Earth News when I was 14 years old. All right, I got her to get a subscription to that. I had there were several magazines. I can't remember what they were back then. And then as I got older, I got a subscription to American Survival Guide, and I got a subscription to Survive and some other homesteading things as well. And I dug through everything I get my hands on from the government, some of which was not supposed to be out for public use. And somehow I got hold of it, and I studied up everything I could. And I always envisioned myself back then, before Love's Arrow hit me in the butt. My younger brother got married several years before I did. Heck, he got married 10 years before I did. And I always envisioned myself as the lone hero, standing off, being the guardian over the family. And so my early prepping was getting stuff prepared, getting everybody else with their food and stuff and their preps done, making sure they had everything. And I was the expert that could, while they're all safe at the compound. Back then, the compound was in Martinez, California, where they had 1.25 acres with all the pigs, chickens, and everything else there. I was going to be on overwatch up on Mid Hill, that overlooked it, and protecting them. Then Cupid screwed all that up.
Damn thing anyway.
Yeah. I had bought my own place about 1.5 blocks away from my parents' property. It's still close enough to be able to watch everything. It's sort of like a backup location for things. it was one of those situations where I had some money from an injury. I got it. My grandmother gave me a bunch of money, help down payment. And so, but it had it had 4 bedrooms in the house. It had two baths originally. We built another bath in there. So it was, 4 bedroom, 3 bath. And I was going to rent out 2 of the bedrooms, 1 of the baths. I mean, both each had would have its own bath. Have kitchen privileges. The converted garage, the people before me had converted it, had its own entrance, into its room and a door into the kitchen. I rented that one out for a little bit more. I had several people looking at the other room, and I was dragging my feet, and this one girl kept bugging me about, hey, have you rented it out yet? Have you rented it out? Fine. I didn't hear back from some of the others. I said, oh yeah, all right, you got it. A month later, we were engaged. It's just one of those weird things, and I really didn't see her that much until after she had been moved in for 2 weeks, because I was going hunting. I was busy with stuff over at my parents' house, getting set up for Halloween. We had a big, huge haunted house set up on my parents' property. It took 15 minutes to walk through it on a guided tour, and we had 5 guides leading groups through constantly. And so, yeah. Hey, Scott, you're still working up there. Hey, think of it this way, Scott. You're on overtime. You're making the big bucks. You're going to get your tractor. So,
Pennsylvania Prepper also walked in.
hey, Pennsylvania Prepper. Anyway, so my entire perspective on prepping changed that September back in 1967. 87. Yeah, 1987. So that's when I met Staff Sergeant Campbell. And for those of you that don't know, Camppatton is a combination of her last name and my last name. So Campbell Patton became Camppatton. And that was her idea.
You also noticed Kathy came in too, right?
Yep.
Okay, just checking.
I saw Kathy come in there. So, sorry about that, Tibor. But yeah, I said for things that help me keep from coughing, that helps kill either the cheap version or the full-blown Vicks version. Helps me keep from coughing a lot. And right now I'm on the sucking on a Hall's Defense vitamin C. I got one of the grapefruit ones in, and that really cleans me out. Oh, the vapors off that one, they're good.
All right, now Tibor, do I have to have you come over here and pick up some masks?
YouTube gave her corona.
I mean, I do have a couple spares. I mean, when I got my box from Doc and Amy, I do have a couple spares now, and I can share with you if you need a few.
Yeah. All right. So zinc lodges. Oh, I do have those here. The Zycam. You have to get rid of it. The initial cold. This other stuff is to keep the throat from hacking raw.
All right, Hidden Valley, stop. That's enough. No talking fancy food at steakhouse. No, bad idea. Just because I'm single doesn't mean I don't have a heart.
Unfortunately, for those of you who don't know it, Hidden Valley Homestead, Scott, spelled with one T, is sort of like my twin brother from another mother. Both been in law enforcement, both been equipment operators. Both of them were living in California. Both have property now in Idaho. Both hate the the libtard Democrats. Now, in case there's anybody that is a Democrat out here, there's a difference between a Democrat who can be very patriotic and a libtard Democrat. A libtard Democrat, that is someone like Pelosi who's so stupid she goes and violates federal law on national TV.
And gets away with it.
Yeah, and she's doing everything she can to make sure that her party all have lifetime jobs in politics, which is not what our government was set up to do.
Well, unfortunately, with the events of the last 2 days proving relevant, can't trust either party. Enough of the politics, though. Let's get into the matters of the heart.
Back into the heart. Yeah, exactly. So, Dave here is to keep me straight. Keep me from going down the rabbit holes after those squirrels.
I'm gonna have to try really hard because I'm just as guilty as you are about going down rabbit holes.
Yep. So, anywho, and so once I got married,
Holy Ridge,
everything changed. On my property, I was trying to make it, just landscape, so blended into everybody else. If you haven't seen the video that I put out last year, about 8 months ago, 6 months ago, called my wife. Look what my wife did to the front yard. Yeah, we got rid of the garden. I mean, the grass. My wife has put in raised planter beds in the front yard, raised planter beds in the backyard, fruit trees in the backyard. We got several lemons, several orange, a nectarine, couple a Fuji and a Granny Smith apple tree, 3 different types of orange trees, 2 apricot. We have 1 in the ground apricot there, 1 in a big 100-gallon tub, and I know there's a couple of little trees I missed. A tangerine, got 2 lemons, tangerine. Anyways, yeah, a lot of trees. Hey, Steve, Corsair Trainers.
Good evening.
And so, yeah, we've been growing a lot of food at the house there. She's got probably about 15 different types of herbs planted in the front yard. And so our prepping thing had changed quite a bit. Then when she found out about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints Family Canning Center that was over behind the Costco, and that anybody can go in there and buy stuff, holy cow, number 10 cans of everything started coming in. And that was besides the stuff that my mom had decided to give me that she'd bought from before, that my mom had stored up since 1971. And she says, here, take all this stuff, you store it over there. So, yeah. We got cupboards and we got racks of stuff just full of stuff. And what was neat is my wife, when I first met her, I didn't realize it, but she was raised on property that held an apricot orchard. And she grew up harvesting apricots and growing stuff. And her mom has a huge garden on her place now down in Fremont. Yeah, Lori, that's a lot of plants. And then my son bought for her on Mother's Day last year a bunch of rough redwood 2x12 planks, and built a couple of huge raised planter beds for her. So, yeah, it's so that's, just love for, prepping and stuff. And it's like anything she wants for prepping, she's got it. Bought her a big pressure canner, a pressure cooker that can be useful as a canner. We're looking at getting a 35 quart pressure canner specifically. And and every time we get a chance, we're always just grabbing prep stuff. Friends of ours were retired. We're moving to Texas. They didn't want to take all their stuff with us. They gave us 800 pounds of wheat, and all their canning jars. And there was like 10 boxes of canning jars. So our love for each other and for being prepared and stuff has really fueled our prepping. And so that's where we're at. But it probably took her really about 6 months of seeing my family before she realized, okay, yeah, this is going to be a really good prepping family. So guys out in the side chat, anybody that wants to come up and tell about how prepping has affected them, either good, bad, the other, it could be like if you're the only one in the, like if it's like you and your significant other are different on opinions on food storage and prepping and the reason why, come up and share how that works. All you need is a camera, a microphone, an earbud or headphones like Dave has, and it's easy to come on. It's easy to work. So, yeah.
And if you don't want to show your face, but you'd like to come up, you can disable your camera. So all we see is a picture of whatever you have there, or it looks just like a little teeny shadow person.
It may turn out to be just like a YouTube symbol with a dot in or something. I forget what the blank one is.
You could do this and still talk. So you don't have to show your face if you do not want to, but you would like to come up and say something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So don't feel intimidated. Just come on up and share your thoughts. And we promise we won't laugh too hard at you, but we will laugh immensely with you.
No, Scott, not 35 quart, 37 quart.
Yeah. He had to just go up at one, didn't he?
No, he was talking about my 35. I said, no, I said 37.
Right. You just had to go up at one, didn't you?
So, we decided to get the biggest one we can. We're also looking at after my wife retires in 4 years and moves up here after I get everything ready for her and get the garden in, all the orchard in. Then she's waiting to come up here to till I get everything ready so she can still work at her high-paying accounting job for a property management company. And once we get everything in, and I get the Willapina built, which is a partially submerged greenhouse, and we get our own. We're actually going to build a second house. We're not going to live in this one we're in right now. So once we get ours built next year, hopefully maybe this year.
Don't worry about it, Lori. I'm watching it too, so you're fine.
There's more than just you, Lori. There's Stringfield Ridge is here. They got they're a mod.
There's plenty of Smurfs in the building.
Yes. Like Scott says, he'll swing the wrench.
Yeah, as high as he is, I wouldn't want to get hit by it.
He'll just drop the wrench out of the crane window on him.
Mm-hmm.
No more troll. But so if anybody wants to come up here, if you got yourself a camera, microphone.
Actually, you don't even have to have a camera installed. All you got to do is click the link and have a microphone.
Yeah. So we can bring you up here where you can talk without having to show your face.
Because mine's pretty scary. People have already got nightmares because of me. So, but again, I am not paying.
Actually, Scott, that middle A is not an A; it's an I.
It's a mostly buried underground greenhouse, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And yes, can you use just your phone? You sure can, as long as you have earbuds.
Yeah.
Your earbuds will have a microphone built in.
Yep.
You will not be able to see chat effectively, but you can do it.
Yeah. You can come up here and talk for a while, and then if you want, you can bow out. But I can have 4 more people up here, guys.
Hey, Lou.
So,
Lori would like to know if you could explain that.
Ex-
The Willipini.
All right, I can do better than explain it.
Uh-oh. I hope you got your notebooks because he's going to go into detail. He's
No,
got pictures.
pictures. So I just Googled Walipini. So,
Again,
and
you don't have to show your face on camera if you're embarrassed or don't have your makeup on.
or if you're like Anthony, sometimes sitting around in pajamas.
Exactly.
But yeah, see, so you on your Walipini, you got dirt up here. You got a hole dug down. You got dirt up on the other side. And usually have your greenhouse facing to the south side.
Go full screen. It's kind of hard to see.
Okay, full screen. Here we go over here and click full screen. Boom. But I can go ahead and click on these individually and really blow them up. So yeah, they're really, really cool what you can do with them. See, and that's the way, that's a good design of one because basically all the earth around it insulates it, and the deeper you are in here, the more heat from the earth you get. I kind of like something like this inside where you have a raised area around the edges, plus your other stuff in the bottom. But yes, it is great. There's a video on a guy in Nebraska, retired postal worker. Yeah. So anyway, Lori, there you go. Now squirrel's done. Now we're going back. But yeah, just like I said, check it out yourselves. And let's go back over here.
All kinds of people. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of people coming with all kinds of excuses. I've got my jammies on. I don't have my makeup on. Next thing you know, you're going to have somebody sitting there saying, I'm sitting here in my birthday suit. I just can't do it.
I like Lori. Too small. Wow. Way cool. Yeah. And then, especially with the screwy weather we've been having, guys, you have one of those in, like the guy in Nebraska, he has orange trees, lemon trees, and a banana tree that he grows year round. And the outside of the greenhouse is just pictures of it covered in snow.
You have a question from Tibor.
Tibor, what keeps it from seeping in water? Well, it's all how you build it, Tibor. If you have high groundwater, yeah, you're going to need to put in a drain field down low in the bottom along the walkway path where it pulls water out. Generally, a lot of the sides, when people have the sides on it, they put a retaining wall up, and then they'll run where the walkway is, they will run a lot of gravel and stuff, so you don't have to worry about it. But you don't have to overwater. It keeps the humidity is kept up, and things grow a little good. They do have vents on the end of them, so if the humidity gets so too high that you can vent outside air in.
Hello, Jay.
And it has tubes that run out and around, buried about 10 feet deep, or 8 feet deep, depending on how cold and how far north you got to go. That picks up ground temperature and brings it back to the greenhouse. So in the wintertime, it heats it up. In the summertime, it cools it down. Keeps it between 52 and 62 degrees, depending on the season. So, but anyways, and this is one of the things that my wife is slowly realizing. At first she wasn't too thrilled about it, but I said, "Hey, what was that?"
Simply Jan and Jay.
Hey, Simply Jan Homestead. All right. So, and Jay, I saw Jay sneak in there making comments. So, she's realizing that, excuse me, that it's going to be a bonus for her. Okay. Yeah, I saw what Scott said. All right, Scott. So I can post it here, but do you need me to email it to you too?
And Lori said she would too.
All right. So there's
She'll probably just disable her camera because she's got her jammies on. And no, I will not make any comments, Lori. I will not embarrass you this time.
yeah, because he's got his jammy bottoms on too.
Yeah. No. Hey, I'm going to be comfortable in my own house.
Yeah.
And did you see Will sneak in here?
Yeah, I saw Will sneak in.
Okay.
So my wife is realizing that the advantages of the Willapini style greenhouse, especially when she saw that there was a banana tree in the one, and that's how warm it stays. And so she can, if she's getting cabin fever in the house, she can take the grandkids out into the Willapini and work with them in the garden. And she got excited about that.
Yep. Rain, snow, sleet, or shine, you'll be able to go out there and work on the garden.
Ridge. Okay, so we got Holly Ridge joining us here.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yep.
We can hear you fine.
All right, a little jumpy on my side.
It might be depending on your hookup.
Well, I'm doing this off my phone. I've never done this before. I figured I'd jump in here.
Yeah, yeah, it is a little bit more sporadic on the phone, but yeah, it works.
I'm gonna try to shut YouTube real quick and see if that helps.
Sometimes it helps with the lag.
Yeah. Sometimes you just go ahead and you mute the YouTube. Sometimes you got to kill it altogether.
All right. So what got going on?
Well, we're talking about how love affects how you prep. Whether you're a significant other.
How you prep for love?
No, how you just prep for everything or do your homesteading or whatever. If your significant other is on board with storing up extra food and doing the whole 9 yards, or not, or just a little bit, or whatever, and how it affects how you do it. Because I've talked to several people where they say, oh, I can only do this and that and the other. And somebody else today, they went to the store on their video and she couldn't show him because he doesn't want to be on YouTube, but he's supporting her in other ways.
Well, I tell you, I've talked to her about prepping, and we're not per se preppers, but we live in the South and we have lots of pretty rough storms, and we're in a rural area.
Mm-hmm.
And now when we did build the house 6 years ago, we put in a natural gas generator. So as long as no one cuts the gas line, we're good on that part. But I did talk to her one time because we were without electricity for over 4 days. Well, the area was out with 4 days, and we had lots of trees down and couldn't, get places. So we had water, food, and what was in the freezer. I mean, we weren't going to starve, but I was thinking more along the lines of a 2-week type scenario and maybe MREs or dry storage type food. And she just kind of looked at me funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are some people that. Let me go ahead and grab another one up here right now. So we got Scott joining us as well.
Howdy.
Hey, but like some people, like said, your wife kind of looked at you kind of funny then when you're talking about getting 2 weeks of special supplies or whatever. Sometimes it's just easier to the way my mom started out prepping and stuff was clipping coupons and buying a little when something was on sale, buy a little extra, and then after a while we had more and more and more, and my dad got into it more and more and more into the food storage portion of it. He was great on let's have a garden, let's have cows, cable down, and other stuff. So yeah, it
Right.
took him just a little bit to get the other part.
Maybe
a little more swing to the left
to get whether it's make that a great opportunity to one, I mean, you're not going to starve. You ain't got to worry about going somewhere
Exactly.
when we have a bad tornado come through or something of that nature.
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah, I've noticed with some people when I've on other chats and stuff and the comments they've made on some of my videos that they the way they finally get their significant other to start coming on board was to start not with storing food but growing fresh food. Something that they like strawberries or something else. Start with a small garden and just sit next, add a little bit more to the garden, add a little bit more. But it's like the first time we really started storing food on our own was we went out to a farm and we bought, I don't know how many cases of pears. And we brought them back and then we canned a whole bunch of pears in half-gallon and quarts. And, that got our cousins interested in doing it as well.
That's how I got my wife started. City girl, never done it before.
I guess in a way I can say I'm prepping. I mean, we put about 2 deer in the freezer a year, and we'll eat on that. I'm a family of 3. We can eat on that 1 year, and depending on how hungry one is, you may run out of that before a year's up. But we keep livestock in the freezer. Wild hogs. We've got a lot of wild hogs and deer in our area, and that's what we like to chase after, should I say.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're allowed to say on here, what we're supposed to. I'm just trying to be careful for you guys.
You can see, it's like, if you say you go out hunting them, that's fine.
Okay.
And, processing them. We don't like to use the B word because YouTube doesn't like the B word when it comes to processing hogs and animals and stuff. But
what, bacon?
Okay.
No, not that B word. That B word's okay to say. Bacon is okay.
YouTube can kiss my butt if I can't say bacon.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
No, that just means Gil will go down that rabbit hole about food and everything.
You're gonna regret inviting me in. I promise to behave.
Yeah, I just didn't. We could talk. I didn't know if we can talk about the pow pow word.
Well, it's like, you go hunting, I've said shooting a bunch of mine, so I ain't gotten dinged on anything yet. But
just lead and brass is the other thing.
You just feel like you're doing you're doing already. It's just, sometimes, a good storm is sometimes what it takes to open our eyes to a small change. And then from a small change, you go to the next change. And my wife's big thing on it is like, how much money are we saving by doing this? Okay, we'll do this. She's an accountant, but sometimes you tell the guys tell the ladies, hey, it's going to be cheaper. We're going to have more money if we do it this way. And sometimes they come along.
Yeah.
I am amazed at how well this mobile link works. I'm impressed.
You're also sitting
Sorry.
300 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Well, then you're up above everybody else, and you got a clear line of sight to the tower.
Actually, that doesn't work as well as you would think because the cell, it's almost like an umbrella. The signal comes out from that tower and kind of angles down. So when I'm high, I don't get the great. I only have 2 bars. The last job I was on, I only had 1. I had horrible reception. I couldn't even join a live stream. So I got 2 bars here on this job, but you got to be lower to get better.
Yeah.
At least that's my understanding. I'm a ham radio operator, so I kind of understand how those signals work. But cells are a little different, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, they have their umbrella is a lot thicker.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you only have 2 bars, but you have less interference between you and that tower. Where if you're on the ground with 5 bars, you got all that ground interference with the building.
Yeah.
So you got less interference. Therefore, in a sense, you're getting better reception.
Hey, I got a question for Holly Ridge here from the side chat.
Sure, go ahead.
Tibor's asking, what state are you in?
All right, so I'm in Louisiana. I'm in the northwest corner in the Arclay region.
Of Louisiana?
Yes, y'all have everybody heard Arclay, Texas?
You were kind of cutting out on that.
I'm sorry, Arklatex.
Arklatex. Okay.
So basically, Louisiana, Arkansas, and Texas.
Right. The tri-state. I like that little tri-state area there.
Yes, sir. So I can be in any of. I mean, I live roughly. Well, I'll get to me specifics, but basically, I can be in any 3 of them states within 20 minutes. So I mean, that pretty much narrows it down.
Arkansas, Texas, Louisiana. I got Arklatex.
There you go. Yes, sir. Now y'all talking about signals and everything. I'm looking at my phone. I've got 1 bar and plenty of pine trees between me and the cell tower.
Right. Well, you're still getting pretty good there. Yeah, there's
and that might be what my my jitteriness is on the live stream here.
Yeah. Yeah, I just looking at my list here. We got for in Arkansas, I got 4 so far that I've picked up here. Mary, who's in the chat here, Bobblehead, VW Family Homestead, and Refuge are all in Arkansas. Louisiana, I got we got the Bouchards, Gemini Homestead, Peanut Preppers are in Louisiana.
Get that cat out of my face.
And
yeah, I'm really new to the homesteading YouTube thing. I've been messing around with it. Well, I've only got a short minute limited videos up, but as far as wanting to do this, I've been to do this for over a year. But showing your face and talking to a camera, that really takes getting used to, and it reflects in my videos. My very first video, I was stumbling all over myself, and now I'm getting a lot more comfortable with it. So I'm trying.
It don't take long, buddy.
I'm trying to get my wife to do some vlogging. Matter of fact, I was at work today and I was trying to get her. She's about to start a new farmhouse table, and I said, "Please do me a favor and film yourself." And I said, "Vlog, but I will not use it." Well, of course, I lied to her. We've been married 22 years, so I can do that.
Well, you're welcome in our group. You eat deer meat and bacon, so you're okay in my book.
Well, I appreciate that, guys. Now I heard somebody said lawn earlier.
Someone said what?
Someone said past law enforcement.
Okay, yeah. So I've been a deputy sheriff. I just retired from Homeland Security. The gentleman below me on the screen that's up in the crane, Scott.
Hi, Jose. Hi.
He's been in law enforcement. Now he's an operating engineer.
All right, you're good now.
And I did a stint as an operating engineer for 10 years.
Okay. Well, I'm currently a deputy sheriff myself.
Cool. All right, another Leo brother.
Fantastic.
We could use some more law enforcement over on my Discord server.
Yeah. So let me switch my hats up here. Put on my Homeland Security hat. There we go.
There you go. Look at you. I need to get a new hat. Every video I've been making has been this old hat that's from I got out of the corn crib when I was getting all my deer corn, and I need to get a new hat on there. And I've been looking for one that's got the blue flag on there, the thin blue line.
Yeah.
I just haven't found one that's really nice. So I'm still hunting a nice one. If y'all know of anyone, y'all send it to me. Give me an idea.
Check with Mike the Cop. He's a YouTuber. And
Mike the Cop?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Mike the Cop. Yeah, I know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, check with on his page. They had some really nice ones last time I looked, which was just before the holidays.
So, hey, Holy Ridge, do you follow Arms Family Homestead?
He is actually the reason why I am doing this now. Now, he does not know me. He has no idea who I am. I'm just, I think I got like 33 subscribers, and I'm proud of it. But, honestly, I did not start this channel to become Daniel Arms. Yeah. I'm using this channel as a way for my 13-year-old daughter for anything was to ever happen to me, and you guys understand what I'm talking about.
Yep.
she's going to be able to go back and say, hey, that's my dad, or be able to show
Yep.
my grandkids at one day. So I'm really using this as a home video, guys.
Yeah. A lot of people doing that. A lot of people doing that.
Yeah, Daniel's
One of my
reading
buddies
out.
up in Idaho, he's got a son that's in the military overseas. So he started out his channel doing the same thing just so he can keep up with the family back home in Idaho as a way to vlog all that stuff. And it kind of blew up. And now December, that's Living the Dream Homestead. That's Jeremy, and he's going to be featured on Homestead Rescue January 20th on Discovery Channel. So it just blew up on him. I think the same thing happened to Daniel there. I think he was doing similar stuff, and he's just so personable and good on camera that, you know, people love him and his family, and same kind of thing. So, yeah, you know, and this is a great community, a lot of good people in here. So we're glad you're in here, and you're going to meet a lot of neat people, and just glad to have you along, man.
Well, it's been fun. My daughter seems to enjoy it when you get her interacted. We vlog many. I say record various types of videos. I don't have just a video on a channel on one particular, like, let's just say prepping or something of that nature, or hunting or fishing. You know, it's various things. Like last week, my daughter was at a rodeo, so you know we were rodeoing last weekend. We are prepping to build a new home on our property. So I've been cleaning up property. The sensor went out on my wife's 2007 Tahoe, which we're about to roll the miles on. So I showed crawling up underneath there, grunting and about to lose my Jesus, you know.
Yeah.
You got to
So
capture
I'm
those
not
moments
just-
on camera.
Right. So, you know, but I really think this is a thing. And this is my first experience with you guys. It's pretty enjoying this. When I get off here, I'm gonna hit y'all's button and get loaded up. That way, when y'all doing lives again, I can get back on there.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, likewise. Absolutely.
All right.
And
So
Holly Ridge, my Discord server has a bunch of homesteaders on there now, and I've put up a bunch of PDFs, a lot of them concerning homesteading and various aspects of it. So if you're
Right.
so inclined, you can go there, and people's YouTube channels will be linked there as well to make it a little easier to find everybody.
Yeah.
Great.
And-
Will that be in this chat that I can go back and find it?
Yeah, it's on the video. So if you replay this, I think it's the third or fourth item in on the chat on the side.
It's
Great. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that, because like I said, I'm new to this stuff. I don't even know how to do the live chat. You know, when people are hitting @ button and then your name's supposed to pop up, it doesn't do that for me.
Yeah, basically what you got to do is you do the @ and you start typing the name, and you get the first two letters in, you should get a list pop up. Sometimes, depending on what you're using as your internet, Explorer, whether it's if it's Microsoft Internet Explorer, that's been failing more and more on me. If you're using Firefox, it'll do it, or Chrome, it does it pretty well. But even now and then on Chrome, I'll try to type someone's name in, it won't do it. I'll type try doing someone else's name, won't do it. When I do the third one, it starts doing it. Then I can go back and I can add them on, and it starts working. It's just a little glitch.
Yeah, I see.
System.
I don't get that on my phone.
No,
I only get that on my desktop.
Right. It doesn't work.
Okay, well then you just answered big time. It never shows. I do it on my phone all the time.
Yeah, the phone sucks. I've tried to answer people in chats on my phone. You sit there trying to type in their name, and then 20 more messages went by, and they lost you. So I only really try and answer a lot on at home. But
you're doing great, Lori. Lori's has put up there at Holly Ridge, and she just threw up Hidden Valley up there as well. Your guys'
thank you.
Links. So
thank you guys. I mean,
thank
and
you.
You've already picked up a couple. Holly Ridge. What's your first name?
my first name's Chris.
Chris. All right, Chris. So you've already picked up a few already here tonight. So
Well, I appreciate that. I not necessarily why I was doing it, but I mean, I really appreciate it. I think this is just really neat, you know. And then, like I said, some of the things that heard you guys before I even let you guys know I was here. We're all in the same boat.
Yeah, no, this is
So
cool, man. I'm new to this, the mobile side of this. I've done this a couple of times on my desktop at home, and this is the first time I've done it on my phone. I just now figured out how to see the comments. So I see Holly or Heaven Essential. She's rubbing it into us to at least me and my fat old fingers. My fingers fly on the phone. Well, mine don't. Okay, so there. I'm all thumbs on the phone.
Has to say my hands work great.
I can run a crane, but I can't type fast on my phone.
Yeah.
Any heavy equipment, I'll run it.
Now, are you a crane operator inland or offshore?
Inland. I run everything on inland. Mobiles, crawlers. I'm in a tower right now. In a really big tower. It's pretty cool.
Okay, so you're like a skyscraper scenario.
At the moment, yeah.
Okay, I see. I worked offshore one time 25 years ago, and my crane operator had a sense of humor.
Yeah, offshore stuff is that's where the real crane operators go. You got to be able to land loads on heaving ships and stuff. That's pretty hairball.
I think a lot of us. Jay said my fingers trip all over my keyboard. So do mine.
Well, Holly Ridge, I was going to suggest, I don't know if you know who the Broussards are, but the Broussard Homestead, they're doing a Bayou Bash coming up in June. If you get hooked to that, is one of the neatest families. He's a fireman. He is one of that's. I kind of started off with My Slice of Heaven Outdoors, and Joey out there in Missouri had all kinds of people in his chats and stuff, and I got to know the Broussards. I've talked to them on the phone. I'd love to actually take a trip out there, but they're having their Bayou Bash out there in Louisiana, and man, it's just a great way to meet like-minded people and good quality, God-fearing, conservative people in this community. It's blown my mind. I've only been doing it for a year, and I cannot believe the kind of people I've met and gotten to know, like Gil here and Dave, and I mean, it's just amazing, you know. I mean, you know, as being in law enforcement, you get that kind of have that feeling about somebody. You get to know, you know, you can tell,
right.
You know, usually
definitely.
where they're coming from, and this is amazing. I geek out about it all the time. I get all excited and pumped on it. And but yeah,
I'll
man.
tell you where I'm at with this guy. I'm sorry, I didn't even.
You're fine. Go ahead.
I'll tell you
that's
where
good.
I'm at on this vlogging. I'm actually hiding in the truck to vlog right now.
That's okay. You'll work into it. It took me a little bit too at first. So, but boy, oh boy, I'll go live on Sunday evening, probably about 6. And you can see my pretty wife there. She's the one she's who everybody wants to see, but it's still taken her a little bit to get in front of the camera. I'm a lot more comfortable now than I first started doing it, but good people like this, they're not gonna make. They might tease you a little bit. I know Broussards tease the crap out of me, but we go back and forth. It's a good time. It's all good fun, man. So, do it when you're ready. That you're in a good group of people that are not gonna. They're gonna surround you with love, man.
Have
Awesome.
you heard of Two Family Homestead?
Say it one more time, please.
Two Family Homestead.
Yeah, two family homestead on Tuesdays. Just before I go live, they do a technical how to set up your YouTube channel, how to do all sorts of things on there. They're really good technical wise on getting your YouTube channel technically set up, how to do your thumbnails, how to do your videoing, how to do a lot of good stuff on it, and how to grow your channel.
Okay. And that's on Tuesday nights.
Tuesday nights, yeah. Simple Growers retired IAFF firefighter. So he was a captain. And,
we got Kathy in the chat. I just went back to live comments to see what was going on there.
Yeah, and Kathy put in the comments here, Chris. If you well, it's showing on my screen at 8:54 Mountain Time.
Thank
you. Are you your Central Time, right, Chris?
Yes, sir.
All right, so it'd be at 9:55 Central Time on the chat stream. Kathy put in the
the Bayou Bash, yeah.
The Bayou Bash, and then she just now put in Two Family Homesteads channel link too, so you can go back and review those.
Okay. Well, tell her thank you. I guess she can hear me, but thank you.
Hey, Grandma
Talking
So Happy's in
and
the
stuff.
chat.
Yeah, Grandma So Happy is one of the first ones in here. Yeah, Kathy is awesome. She is probably one of she and Mimsy are the two most fabulous moderators around.
The mod queens
Now,
are in the chat.
Let's see, was that Mimsy's garden?
Yeah, Mimsy's garden. Yeah,
Okay.
she's a
Yeah, I
great.
just watched hers.
Yes,
just
I was
here
on there
recently.
too. Yeah,
and I believe Hidden Family. You were there, right?
Where-
Or Hidden Valley. I'm sorry.
No, I was not. I haven't gone to their Bayou Bash. I'd like to. I'm out in California.
On the stream, Scott.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's always hopping in on Mimsy stuff. I was on Mimsy today. I mean, earlier today too.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I was on there tonight. Yeah, a little earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Gunslinger Outdoors. How's my buddy doing?
Hey, Dave. Another Dave.
Yeah.
We have multiple Daves in here.
Dave Northwater.
Yeah, so we got 3 Daves in here now. But yeah. So
Well,
yeah.
I don't want to take up everybody's time. Do y'all have? I mean, I'm getting interviews here, but y'all have any
Oh heck
questions?
no,
for me
you're
before I
fresh
get
meat,
off and
man.
I love it.
Not only are you here to learn, but you will be exposed and taught.
Yeah.
There you go. Listen to you.
Yeah. Well, Chris, one of the things you
Now,
might
let me ask you this real quick. Where are y'all at right now physically, if that's okay to ask?
all right.
Yeah.
Scott is in LA, up in the sky. I'm in Idaho, southeastern Idaho. Dave or Grumpy there is in southern Ohio.
Grumpy.
Grumpy, huh? All right.
That's my
Yeah,
nickname.
that's
Everybody
neat.
called me that for about a year.
I have a log home, off-grid log home on 5 acres in northern Idaho, and Gil is in southeast Idaho. Seems like Idaho is the destination for a lot of Californians, at least.
Yeah, except we were losing 2 good families though. From North Idaho, there we're losing Chad and Shelby.
Yeah, they haven't said where they're going to go yet, though. I don't think that. I can't see them leaving Idaho, but
he actually on his one chat he was talking about hopping the border there and going into Montana.
yeah, I could see him doing that. It's close enough to Idaho.
And the other family was from down here south of us, Willow Creek Homestead. He got a job offer in Louisiana. Yeah, I think it was Louisiana.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. And so this is now going to be their 3rd homestead they're doing.
Wow. Too hot and humid down there where you're at, Chris. No thanks.
It is, guys. I mean, we haven't even had but maybe 3 freezes, and they were only 1 day each.
Wow.
All right,
Yeah,
Kathy,
it's been warm.
just throw your channel up again.
The mod queen is
I'm
in
sorry,
action.
y'all broke up on me.
Yeah, Kathy Northstar Prepsteader just threw your channel up again. So everybody check out Chris at
I really
Holly
appreciate
Ridge
that.
Homestead. We want to bring him into the family here, guys. Especially since he's law enforcement, we want to keep him in the family.
Okay, he's up to 46. We've got him up to
Yeah.
46.
Okay,
You're gonna get a whole bunch of new subscribers, Chris. So now you got to put out some more content. No pressure.
I know. And I tell you, this is what it is. I work. My schedule is 5 days a week, so I'm off on Saturday and Sunday. So I've got to get 3 videos ready in 2 days, and then try to spread them out when they go out. So sometimes there's a lag between my videos, and then you're like, all right, what do you do?
All right, there is another law enforcement channel out there. Is it Rustic Woodworking and Family Homestead? He's a trooper, or no, he's a county sheriff, and he throws up videos off of his work that are over a year old. He videotapes it in his patrol car, and he throws up things like traffic stops and stuff, and little things on his. But I can't remember exactly. I think it's Rustic Woodwork and Homestead. He makes some really cool things. He made signs for Daniel Arms and
Okay, was that Yeah, I remember
American
that
flag.
video. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't
Yeah.
realize he was a trooper
Yeah.
or a deputy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's I believe he's a deputy, and he's every now and then on his videos he'll throw up people to being stupid, running from the cops, driving across
Bad boys,
yards.
what you do? What you do?
Well, I would get fired real quick if I showed my logo or who I work for.
Yeah.
Occasionally, I have to redo a video because I realize I filmed the whole thing in front of my unit.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
the thing
but
is,
don't get fired.
yeah. I don't know. It's like you might want to. I was talking with a deputy last night at our city council meeting here about the sheriff's department here doing a YouTube channel and going around to any YouTubers in the county and being on their lives as a public relations thing. So that might be something you might want to submit to them to say, hey, this is a public relations thing we can do. And they may, you may get away with being able to show your car like Daniel does.
Yeah, maybe one day.
Yeah.
Let's just get him some more homesteading videos going first. Go for it.
Yeah. Well, here's an idea.
Exactly.
You said your daughter's 13, Chris?
Say it one more time. I'm sorry.
You said your daughter is 13?
Yes, she's 13, and her life is barrel racing. She loves horses.
Oh, barrel race. Oh, that's like my sister was a barrel racer. Tell you what, as soon as she turns 14, she's no longer covered under the COPA laws. So you can videos of her barrel racing, once she's 14, and there's absolutely nothing. And you say, this is my 14-year-old daughter. And that way they know she's 14. And I actually,
we could say it now.
yeah. Well, actually, I think it's under 13. So she may be being 13. She may be COPA free. So,
I'm sure he's fine.
Yeah. So she could start being on. If she wants to be a YouTube star with you, like Houston is with Daniel.
Right.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and that might help your channel go.
It will.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I believe she is 14, guys.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, being a dad, you kind of lose that perspective until they hit their 16th birthday. Then you know exactly how old they are and who they're dating.
Just on a quick point there, guys, what I have found in this community is that these families. I wasn't joking. I mean, my wife is obviously way more attractive than I am, so I don't blame anybody wanting to look at her more than me. But the ladies in this community really enjoy talking to each other and interacting as well. And it's just the family atmosphere of this community is pretty amazing. So getting the wives involved, I don't hold a lot of high regard for the channels that deliberately, do that for clickbait, but to have some of the channels with the most, like Arms for example, him and his whole family in there, and it's just the family atmosphere that they portray, and just they're Christians too, and so they're not ashamed of that, and they portray that as well. That is so attractive to so many people. That's so missing in our world and our culture today, and their channel just blew up. So getting your family involved and just, sharing your life with people. I mean, that's the reality. That's what people want.
Yeah.
I think what attracted me most, I'm sorry.
I'll make it quick. So the one thing I will add to that, and, especially some of us older folks who grow up out in the country, the women are what keeps a family together. And the same is going to go for this. Now, that's one of the reasons I built the Discord channel, is to build a family. And without that maternal instinct, no family lasts. Okay. I'm trying to do it right now without a female in the house, and raising a son without that maternal instinct is hell. So
yeah, it's tough.
Don't diss on the ladies. They're important.
Dave, don't forget. Dave, don't forget. Yesterday we tried. A bunch of the ladies that were on my talk tried to set you up.
Nope. Nope.
So yeah, 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 and that if your wife sees your daughter becoming, being something, this is something that she likes to do and her stuff out there, she may suddenly get the spark of, well, yeah, I can do this, I can do that, and get more involved. And yeah, it's just that like my wife she's an accountant. Okay,
Well, thank
she
you so
has
much.
she has the accountant mindset, and so she's very. Sometimes she's reserved about things. Other times she's very outgoing. So she's becoming more open now to my YouTube channel, especially when I told her I could get monetized at this much here to get monetized. And a lot of the channels I'm following, I've passed them up with my subscription and watch hours. And I've only been on here since June 17th.
Yeah, you've done great, Gil. Fantastic.
And it's all you guys, Scott and Kathy and everyone else that's been helping. And Will, especially Will, just in time prepping, has taught me so much. And Dave here next to me here has taught me a lot, and and gotten me doing things and learning things. And so, yeah, I'm learning to share all my life experiences, all my prepping and stuff. And then once the ground thaws, you guys are going to see me struggling as a farmer, trying to get the ground here in Idaho, this piece of abandoned property we have, back into shape and back producing. So
I may have some tips and tricks for you on that soon. I spoke with the Green Wizard today, and we are going to set up a Wednesday night live stream with the Green Wizard.
Cool.
So
that'll be cool.
Yeah.
JFM. What's up with JUFM calling me out? What's up with that, dude?
Where'd he call you out?
He's a side chat comedic relief.
Yeah. He pokes from the side and throws rabbits at us. And we love Jay for it. We love Jay for it. He's great.
JFM, I married up. I'll admit it. I'm the first to admit it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I'm at. I wouldn't have my place in Idaho if my wife didn't say yes.
Yeah.
She's a city girl.
Yeah. And everybody, I'm going to quick interjection here. Tomorrow night at 4 Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Central, 7 Eastern, I have a special on my Survival Saturday live. I have a special pair of special guests. I have Doc Bones and Nurse Amy of Doom and Bloom are going to be on. And
wow.
And we're going to be no dragon stuff. No, we're not talking about the Chinese dragon. All right, we're talking just about prepper medical preparedness. They're doctor
that's cool.
and nurse wife and husband, and they are preppers. And that's a big thing behind their channel stuff is prepping. Medical prepping, and so that's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. And so it's not just for the preppers; it's for the homesteaders too. Stuff, being out on the homestead, you need to have some knowledge out there. You're maybe a ways from the hospital, so
we are.
I'm going to call Kathy out on something. I guarantee, as fast as she's posting that stuff, she's got a Word document with everything typed out. All she's doing is copy paste.
Yeah, and that's what I do sometimes when I'm modding for others. I'll have stuff typed out and I'll put in this thing, and I might copy and paste, throw it in there. Copy and paste, throw it in there.
Hey, I don't know if you guys saw Kathy posted the Arkansas shindig there.
Yes,
that's probably for you, Chris. There's another shindig down in Arkansas, not just Louisiana.
Yeah, that's April 3rd.
I did you were talking about the medical type situation, living way out in the woods and stuff of nature. And I don't mean to plug a video of mine, but
go ahead.
Plug.
I did what? Okay. Well, thank you. So we live exactly 33 from the nearest emergency room. Our average response time for EMS first responders to my house is, I'm going to say, roughly 7 minutes. So long ago, my daughter rides with me every day in my unit. I drop off and I pick her up. So she's with me all the time, not to make stops. with her in the unit, because you guys understand what can go down very quickly.
Right.
I taught her where my IFAC kit is. Okay. In that aspect, I did what we called a 3-minute drill video. And I explained to her, I taught her one time, just went through one time, a tourniquet. So in that 3-minute drill video, I did a drill with her. All right, baby, it's 3-minute drill. I'm bleeding out. What do you do? She did not really want to play the game because, obviously it wasn't real, and she was trying to do her homework. She was stressed out. But anyways, in that video, I did a 3-minute drill with her just because I want people to see that, even a young kid can learn how to put on a tourniquet way out here.
That video is up on your channel?
I mean, yeah, it's on my channel.
Oh, I'm definitely going to go check that out. That's great. That is fantastic content.
Okay.
Now,
I just
it's
sent
not
the link
like
up there
what you and I have learned how to do. Okay, it's not like how you and I have always learned to do. That was her second time ever putting one on. And, I was just trying to get her mindset correct, without trying to help her, I mean, it is what it is, how it ended up. But
where did she put the tourniquet?
It would have stopped. It was on my right thigh, high and tied up on the femoral.
J-Foam didn't want to know if she put it around your neck.
No, she probably wanted to by the time it was over with. But yeah, it was a pretty neat little scenario for her.
That's great,
it was
man.
Not scripted. It wasn't scripted. She had no idea, and you can see it with her face. She did not want to. She was tired. She was aggravated. But I was able to get her to do it, and it was fun times.
Well, at least
that's cool.
I'm looking at it right now. My other screen here, I got 4 or 3 screens up, and she was smiling there at the one point.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it, though. Catch them off guard. Catch them in a position.
All right, now she looks like she's annoyed at you.
Yeah.
You know what, Chris? I'm glad you brought that up. That is great stuff, because we're a solid 10 minutes from a local clinic, but we're a half an hour from an emergency room ourselves. And I'm going to be out there with the chainsaw and whatnot. And I'm going to have to I mean, my wife she knows how to do CPR and whatnot, but I don't think she knows how to do a tourniquet. So that is great stuff.
I mean, I think it's a great challenge. I mean, someone needs to say, hey, let's do a 3-minute challenge between all the homestead videos. And I mean, if you even want to start it off with mine and say, hey, he did it. Let's do something totally different, a different scenario. I mean, that is valuable information for anybody. Now, my wife is a nurse. She works with an ICU nurse. Now, I asked her on the video, do you know how to put on a tourniquet? Well, you got to understand, in a nurse's situation, they're already in the hospital. Their controlling is already, it's already controlled.
Yeah, they're taking the tourniquet off.
Exactly. So I'm going to have to teach my wife how to put on that particular tourniquet.
Okay, Hannah say, hey, Mama Z, glad to have you in here. Mama Z's Texas Kitchen just showed up. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
But yeah. So I just want to say, whether people that are listening to us or watching, I mean, figure out how to put on a tourniquet. Carry one with you. I have 4, and I always carry one while I'm off duty, while I'm on duty. I mean, people look at me funny. Why are you carrying that man purse? Well, you never know what you need it.
Right.
All right, I got to show. I
mean, tourniquet saves lives, guys.
All right, you just brought something up that I got to show. When I was at work, one of my agents gave me always a bad time because my chiropractor told me to stop carrying my wallet and stuff in my back pockets, and so I started off a hip pouch and stuff like that. This is what I wore the last several years I worked. She calls it.
That's very similar to mine, right there. I mean, it carries your pow, your brass, and your lead, and it can carry a chest seal, a tourniquet, some Finman plugs, if that's how you want to say it.
Yeah, I got
I mean,
I carry everything in there. The only thing I carry in my pocket anymore is the key to my truck and one of my everyday carry utility knives.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know,
And, the next thing I want to teach her is how to do a chest seal.
mhm.
Now, do you mind if I throw your video up here for a second, showing that?
No, go ahead.
All right. So
Go ahead. No, do it.
All right. So here's his video, and he's got 2 cameras going there.
Oh, now we know what Chris looks like.
Yeah, bald headed, guys. Bald headed.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. So yeah. So there
Good
it
for
is.
her, man.
Yeah.
She's adorable, man. Right on.
Well, I'm telling you guys, she was not happy. She's like, "Can I?" And you'll see it here in a second. Can I?
That's
go?
all right. Yeah. I'll put it back up there and see it in a second. Yeah.
Yeah, that's typical 13-year-old. Like, okay.
Yeah, typical 14-year-old. That's right.
14. My bad.
Well, let me put it this way: your score, according to vidIQ, wasn't bad. You got a 46.8 out of 100 on that video for as far as vidIQ is concerned. So yeah, so not bad. Your tags were too short. Description was too short. Your title was good length. Yeah.
So, hey, Gil, Chris, do you know what vidIQ is?
No, sir, do not.
Okay, so Gil, I just recently got vidIQ myself for my computer at home. It's an overlay. It's an app that you get for an overlay on your videos, Chris, and it gives you all kinds of interesting information to tell you gives you more information on how to make better videos. So you're talking Chinese to him right now, Gil.
Yeah. So basically,
yeah.
It showed like if you see, can you see? I don't know if you can see, but if you look on it, where my cursor is scrolling across there, that's my stuff popping up there right now. So every time I have YouTube open, I can bring up what's going on my stuff, and then it shows whatever video I'm watching. It shows their stuff, how they're doing.
Chris, you're on your phone, right? So can you see what?
Yes.
Are you watching this?
I'm trying to see it. Of course, I wear reading glasses.
Yeah, me too.
So do I. I mean,
I'm looking through my bifocals to see it.
Yeah, and it shows your tags here. Like you can have up to 500 characters for your tags. Try to use as many of those 500 characters as you can.
Yeah, it's made a difference for me. I just started using it, I swear, a couple of weeks ago, and already I'm noticing a difference in getting more people, and mainly the browse feature through YouTube when people are looking up stuff.
Yeah.
If there's some tags that I just wasn't even thinking of. I didn't even think about that keyword, right? But that vidIQ is freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's
so is that like a free service, or is that something that you pay for?
And a paid service. There's free.
I have the free version myself, and it's plenty, I think.
Yeah,
Does the free version do you justice?
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Yes, yeah, and that's what I got the free version myself too. And so what you're seeing here is from the free version. So yeah, I see.
Awesome. I appreciate you guys telling me that, because I mean, I can obviously use any help to do better content or get what I'm. Well, for instance, like that, I think that was like a teaching video, and I feel like it didn't really get enough views. But again, it's because I'm new to this. I don't understand how this works,
Yeah.
Get with me sometime. Send me an email on my about page, and I can help you understand vidIQ. I help Gil. I'll help you.
Yeah. Like I said, Dave taught me a lot.
Awesome.
Yeah, he also taught me tonight.
This is an awesome community.
Dave taught me tonight how right now this is my first live that is actually being broadcast to my Facebook page. And Dave helped me set that up tonight. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's because I'm using StreamYard.
A paid version. You have to be on a paid version to be able to do that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But so I mean, I get so many extra bells and whistles on StreamYard, which is what we're using on the paid version. It's like the backgrounds here. Let's see if I can bring one. it'll show a little bit more of it. Now I see the pretty flowers. I mean the hearts around it. I can change my background here. Let me go over here to scroll down. Like I can put the shield helicarrier back up there. You can see the shield emblem up there. Let me put it in this thing. You really can't see too much on it. But I got all sorts of different backgrounds I can throw up there.
Can you tell Gil's proud of his? He went from Homeland Security to operating engineer to YouTube computer geek.
No, actually, I went from
I'm sorry.
I went from just Homeland Security to the Shield helicarrier.
You're welcome. Yeah, if you have any technical questions, just hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not Two Family Homestead, but I'm probably just as knowledgeable as he is when it comes to 90% of it. He's got a few legs up on me on a few things because I don't follow him like current YouTube algorithms. But
well, I tell you, the reason why we chose the name ending for homesteading is I have to refer back to the Arms family because they're so wholesome, they're so non-scripted, they're so true, just American family, and I just I can relate to him with a lot of his mental things that he has to go through, and their family is. It's just such a great family unit, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So, I was like, well, we pondered on the name for quite some time, and me and my daughter were in the back of our property clearing an area where eventually we'll build a new house. And I said, baby, look at all these holly trees because we've got a ton of holly trees on this ridge.
Perfect.
And
perfect.
That's exactly how it come up. And then I was pondering, should I go with a homestead or just go Holly Ridge? And homestead definition these days for what we are talking about means many things. Some people are a little bit more anal about it, should I say, than others, but I think it's just
I got over that too. Don't worry about it. You'll get over it.
Yeah. But I think it's just the homesteading, kind of like modern homesteading, should I say?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not hung up on homesteading, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, there's been a lot of people that have, but that's a great name, man. Beautiful. I just saw that one little drone shot of your place there. That's a beautiful, beautiful piece of property you got. Fantastic.
And when it's going vertical and you're starting to see more the trees. The group of pine trees, the tallest trees is where we've been doing a lot of our work. That's where the ridge is. And that is a valley that comes through there. And believe it or not, guys, that's Louisiana. That's Northwest Louisiana. We've got some pretty large hills where we're at in this area.
Fantastic, man.
All right.
That's awesome. Well, I hate to turn you on to Broussard's, but you start watching Broussard. Have you seen their channel yet, Chris?
I haven't, no, but I guarantee I'm gonna start looking for it.
Oh, Mimsy's Garden. If you're already in there,
guys.
Well, I'm afraid I'm afraid he starts watching Broussard's. He's gonna stop watching us.
Oh no, I'm telling you guys have been great. I mean, I don't know how to say how much I'm enjoying this. This is
cool.
One, it's really neat for me to be able to talk to someone, way up there and have the same kind of interest.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's pretty neat.
To me, it's great having another law enforcement brother in here too. Oh,
yeah. What is this? At the bottom of my screen, it says chat.
Hey, Howie. Gil, did you read?
Yeah, I just saw Howie just came in here. Food Forest Permaculture. Anybody that has not subscribed to Howie, check out Food Forest Permaculture. I mean, great back to nature. Gardening. I mean, it's just fabulous.
Let's put it this way: if you like seeing herbs hanging and drying inside a house, and
plants growing,
and it looks like a tropical rainforest inside the house, then go check him out.
And he's up there in Canada on Victoria. Is it Victoria Island?
Yes.
Yes. So
He lives on an island.
Oh, hey, Kathy, just I got to go back and read the comment. I love chatting with everybody. Kathy is fantastic. She's our gardener up there in freezing land. She brought up a good point, Chris. Just keep putting videos out, and the views will come. I'll tell you, the way I've grown has been just networking and being involved in these live chats and being involved in other people's live chats and interacting with people, like you're doing right now. That is that is the way I met people, and people started checking out my videos and just putting them out as often as you possibly can. You know, don't feel the pressure like you can't be a slave to it. You got to do it to enjoy it. But the views will come, and the more you interact and get involved in the community, you're going to blow up all on your own. Doing videos like that with your daughter with a tourniquet, that is just nothing but good quality videos. So you're on the right track. Yeah.
I gotta go
Well,
back.
that's one thing I want to do is I want it to be real. I want it to be wholesome. I don't want it scripted. I don't.
Yep.
You know, I just want it to be real.
If you go watch my videos, you'll see nothing. There is no scripts. I've actually lost 2 sponsors that would have netted me eventually some really, really nice gear, but because I won't do my videos in the script and do it the way they want it done, which is all rainbows and unicorns and oh, this is such a great product. I won't do that, so I lost them. So it is what it is.
Right.
All right, I got I had to go back and chase this down. Will just put up his topic for tomorrow, folks. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Will just in time prepping. The topic is how you plan to use your assets. And so we'll be on there helping Will out. And then from Will's, we'll roll into mine at 5 o'clock Mountain Standard Time with Nurse Amy and Doc Bones. And then after mine, we'll go to Southern Ohio Prepping at 7:30 Mountain Time, 9:30 Eastern. And he and I will pick up after anything that Doc Bones and Nurse Amy weren't able to cover. And so everyone, that's the plan for tomorrow. 3 Mountain for just in time prepping, 5 Mountain for me, and then 7:30 Mountain for Southern Ohio prepping. Okay, Will, I got it in there for you.
Yeah, my asset right here. I ain't worried about nothing.
Oh,
I will go hunting if necessary. I do not want to.
Yeah, I got several bows in there and a whole bunch of arrows, a whole bunch of different type tips.
My home is well protected.
Okay, hang on a second here, Scott. Let me throw it up here because she doesn't have it. I have it. This, because I have the StreamYard link here. But there's StreamYard for you, Scott. He pushed the wrong button. But as you can see, Chris, see the different backgrounds here? Let me change the backgrounds real quick here. I can go to this background. I can go to that background. I can throw all these different backgrounds I save, and I load them up. There's JPEGs, and I load them up. And I can go back to the Love Prepper Style background. And
that's all with a StreamYard?
That's on
StreamYard?
That's on the paid version of StreamYard, which is $25 a month, or if you pay for the whole year, it's only $20 a month. Occasionally they have sales on, and I blew it. Will just in time prepping told me to do it, and I pushed it off, and I forgot it, and it basically it would have saved me another $4 a month. But I
was wondering if you fell off the mountain up there.
I hit the wrong button, and I was trying to go back to the chat, and I hit the wrong button, and now I bookmarked this StreamYard link on my Chrome on my phone, so I shouldn't have to ask for the link from Kathy again.
Yeah, well, it's only good for tonight. Mine changes every time.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of new to this. Like I said, the first time I've ever done my phone on a live chat too. I'm still kind of geeking out about it.
Yeah. So let me get back to the chat. Oh, I missed 6 conversation. A private chat one. Can Heavens be a mod? Yeah. Okay. Let me make Heavens a mod here. So hang on a second here. Let me get. Oh, almost the wrong button there. Ooh, that would have been ugly.
Tibor.
Yeah. And I got extras just in case he brings friends.
Oh,
What
Dave,
is that thing?
Dave, those are a pair of swords. But
There's-
Will just got a pair of those.
yes, I seen that.
His son got a pair of those.
Yes.
Okay, so fine. Where is come
Like I said,
on?
I keep plenty
I'm
of
looking
protection
for
right handy.
Table down nice and easy.
Heaven's Essentials. Yes, there we go. All right, Heaven's Essential is now a moderator.
Uh-oh, another Smurf entered the building.
Yeah, now we got another Smurf. Yeah, another Smurfette.
Tell them to hit that metal just a little bit harder. They'll put dents in it next time.
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is it too loud?
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
So everyone-
coming through a hardwire
I'm not
McKee
sure.
system.
Yeah. So it's hardwired into his cab. So we can't turn it down.
Yeah. I can turn it down, I think, a little bit. That's about as low as I can get it right there. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's
You're
okay.
fine. Just a little nitpicking.
So let me ask you: are you working? Obviously, you're working, but I mean, it's nighttime where you are, right? I mean, I'm confused
Yes.
here.
Are you-
Okay, so we're not working. We're
I'm
in
not
a
technically
box stand
working.
looking at the little animals on the ground.
That's right.
Hey, Scott, are you on double time yet?
I've been on double time. Yeah, baby.
Okay, that's paying for your new tractor.
That's right. Hey, speaking of tractor, I'll talk about that on my live stream. I may not be getting a tractor, but I'll talk about that later. I may be getting a Bobcat instead.
Bobcat.
I was just fixing to start asking you about your tractor.
Well, Gil's gonna sell you on a Coyote, and I was looking at those versus all that stuff, and I want to do a tractor service when I get there. I'm too young to retire still, so once I get up there, I still got to work a little bit. So I was thinking about getting a tractor that was big enough I could do work for other people on the side, and maybe do a tractor business as well as snow removal. And I have a local contractor up there. Is like, hey, the way I got started was I just got myself one of those skid steers, and he goes, you can do all your home stuff, and they're more versatile, plus all the quick attach, stuff.
Yeah.
They're more powerful. So there you go. There's
Yeah,
my story, Gil.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
luckily that you had me on here because before I was a deputy, I ran a business
Yeah.
doing dirt work, land clearing, et cetera, and
No.
I had a skid steer.
Oh
The
boy.
skid steer is so much more versatile and stronger than a tractor.
Yep.
Yes, they're more expensive, but you cannot outdo a skid steer. Now,
Right.
You got
I
to make
ran
sure
a
you have the
Caterpillar.
one. You got to make sure the skid steers. I found out when I was working construction, you don't want the wheels. You want the track.
No, I'm gonna get a track steer.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you do not want the rubber what is that, AVX or whatever. You want the dozer undercarriage. You want the steel undercarriage.
Yeah. I was just
Because I
looking
had
at
both.
Stanley Dirt Monkey. I've been looking at nothing but skid steer videos for the last 2 weeks now. I'm telling. And Stanley Dirt Monkey just reviewed the AVR skid steer. It's got 15 inches of clearance, and he talked about the normal skid steer tracks don't do well in the snow. You got to get the all-terrain ones, and those are all for everything. So, and I'm going to need it for clearing snow.
Well,
I see. So that may make a difference.
I also just saw on the skid scare, anybody else out that's in the snow or even in the mud and stuff, for the tracks, there was someone did a video, I can't remember who it was, but basically there are basically you do a little pilot drill and you screw in snow studs into your tracks, and you can leave
I
them there
thought
year
about
round.
that.
And you just leave them in there year round. And
I thought about
they
that.
wear down, you just unscrew it, just screw another one in.
Because basically,
Yeah.
your tracks are going to run about 1,000 hours, depending on how much you're on pavement and concrete. That's
Right.
what eats them up.
Right.
But in your country, it may be different because you'll be in snow. So here in obviously Louisiana, we're always on asphalt and concrete doing work. I don't do that anymore, but I mean, you about 1,000 hours is what I would get out of a set of tracks.
I see. Okay, that's good to know.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, down here in California, down here Southwest, they've got a million of these things, and of course, the economy is roaring so crazy. All these construction companies are getting rid of their older equipment. Some of it's still in great shape, and buying all new stuff. And so there's a ton of this stuff for sale. I saw a guy pick up a nice Bobcat. I I don't know what the horsepower was on it. It was like a mid-size one. It wasn't the small, but it wasn't the giant one for 13 grand.
Oh
With
my
like,
goodness.
1,300 hours or something on it. I thought, holy smokes, I've been looking at Kubotas, the 40 horsepower Kubotas in the $15,000 to $20,000 range, for an older one.
Yeah.
All right. So the best piece of advice,
I'm
whoever
listening.
your dealer is, that's what you buy.
Yeah.
You
so
have to
whatever-
have dealer support.
Yeah. So Scott,
Because
whatever
you're
dealer
going to
you
tear
have up
some
there,
stuff
that's what
up.
you get.
I got you. What's
Yeah.
that, Gil?
Whatever dealer you have up there near you, that's what. And check, because something like the one where I got my Coyote, they're a Bobcat, Coyote, and I forget the other brand, but they cover 3 brands there. Not
Yeah.
Kubota, but they do cover 3 brands, and their guys are trained all the way around.
I got you.
Yes. So if you buy a Bobcat and you take it to a Caterpillar, you're not going to be happy.
Right. Yep. I hear you. Well, we're an hour from Spokane. We're 45 minutes from Coeur d'Alene. Post Falls, there's a huge Coyote dealer right there in Post Falls. I got everything I need. Whatever brand I end up buying. But yeah, I totally hear you.
There you go.
Check with your Coyote dealer. See if he's a double dealer or a triple dealer. Because if he has something else besides Coyote as well.
He was. I forget what the other brands were. I looked him up and I forget what he has. But he had a couple brands there.
Yeah.
So you're in North California.
I'm in Southern Cal. I'm 10 minutes from Dismal Land.
Yeah. But he's moving
But you said Spokane.
But he's moving to North Idaho.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, see, Scott and I are both from I've been living in California for years.
Too
long. And we both are moving from California to the free state of Idaho.
Amen.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, can we talk about politics or not? Because that's, I'm sorry.
You ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
Well, I may lose subscribers, so I don't want to do that.
Not in this community, you ain't.
The Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, or Ninth Circuit Court, needs to be disbanded. All of them removed, and they need to break it up and put all new judges in there. Conservative.
Well, Trump just appointed a couple new ones, so the court's actually tilting back conservative now.
Yeah,
which is amazing.
Yeah, which means that I believe the number was something like 80% of all their rulings that go to the Supreme Court get overturned.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you something here that happened in Louisiana. Okay, so we're the only state in the South that had lost to a Democratic governor. I mean, I don't know how that happens in Louisiana, but it has twice.
Yeah. Well, right now, California has the great Gay Van Nuisance, who doesn't care what people want.
Here's a perfect picture of never thinking it can never happen to you. Look at Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. You hit that on the spot.
Yeah.
And we won't get into the status of Virginia because that is a 5-hour-long show in and of itself.
Yeah. Well, T-boning off of that for a second. No, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this, Scott. You're gonna love this.
Oh man!
City council meeting last night. I found out one of the city council members is my direct neighbor in the back, and he said he's not going to run for the council next year, and he said he'd support me to take his spot.
That's cool. Fantastic,
folks. He's drinking the Kool-Aid.
No, well, hopefully you can get in there and make some changes and keep things conservative. I mean, that's what it's about, is conservatives just getting involved and making a change. There's that saying that liberals want everything for free. Well, all of us conservatives don't have time to go out and do it. We got a job to do to provide for the liberals getting stuff for free, right? Mm-hmm. We don't have time to get involved in politics, and it's so true. But we scream and yell about it all the time, but that's what it really is going to take, is people actually finally getting involved. And liberals, that's all they got is time to get involved and mess things up. So
yeah,
at least got to get out and
What
vote.
time do you plan on getting off work? Off deer duty?
4 hours ago.
Right now. Normally it's a 10 to 11-hour day, but we're putting a man lift in. They're jumping the man lift right now, and they're taking forever. So I'm just hanging out here. I'm just holding on to a piece while they're welding the thing in place. So I'm really not doing much. That's the only reason if I during the rest of the day today, when I was hanging iron and lifting up all this big iron, I wouldn't be able to do this. So
I see.
that's the only reason I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying it's late. It's time to drink some coffee and go to bed or something.
Yeah, it is just getting a little bit late. They should be done here in a few more minutes, and I'll go home. I got to be back tomorrow morning and do it again. But man, gosh, I could talk to you all night long, man. Tractors and politics, holy smokes! As soon as I get out of here
to do another live or something, we just talk about tractors and. I'm gonna skip the politics because I don't want to lose any subscribers. I love everybody, right?
Oh, that's all right, man. You're not, like I said, you're not going to offend anybody in this community with politics. You have a few little goobers in there that are a little more on the libertarian side. Most everybody here is conservative. But yeah, Gil, hey, how about we get off the coronavirus and talk about tractors on your next Friday Night Live or something, and get Chris to come back in here. Let's have a good chat about it.
Hang on a second. Let me pull it up here. My schedule.
Because I just bought a new tractor.
Tractors.
Oh, you did not. What'd you buy?
John Deere.
What size?
I bought John Deere, 55. It's a 50-55E, and the reason why I bought John Deere is because my dealer. My only reason was because of the dealer. I wanted 0%? A Kubota, but no, sir.
You're forgiven now. You said that.
I had to go with John Deere because the dealer, the Kubota dealer, is something else to be discussed about.
Yeah.
I understand. I've had those experiences. You just lost my business because you're a turd.
Right.
Exactly.
I hear you.
Okay, guys. I was going to do tractors on a Tuesday, but you're still working so late, Scott.
This is rare. We only do 8s on Fridays normally, so Friday nights works great for me to either be in your live stream or to participate.
All right, so yeah, I can. I'll switch. I'll let you guys know when I'm going to be doing. Whether it's going to be the 21st or the 28th that I'll slip the tractors in there, because right now the 21st, Friday the 21st, is on face respirators and goggles right now, and so depending on what happens, I may push that off or just drop that all together.
Yeah, make Chris your featured.
That'll give Scott time to go look at my grapple bucket review. See, I just plugged another one.
I'm gonna come binge watch your videos, Chris. I'm telling you.
See, I only got one.
There's not many of them though, so you won't be there long.
That's all right.
What was that, Dave?
I've only got one thing to say about tractors. Buy Kubota.
And I agree with him. I do agree with him because Kubota is a strong tractor. I just have a horrible dealer.
Well, let me put it this way about Kubota. I don't want to offend anybody out there because I know you can get lemons and you get great ones and stuff. But when I was working for an underground construction company, Mountain Cascade in Northern California, we had a couple Kubotas. And we were trying to use them in our stuff, and they went on us.
Okay.
We bought some of the first Coyotes that were allowed in the country. Those things were bulletproof. They were like putting a mini Caterpillar down there.
Okay.
And they
There's
were
a
great.
reason why they didn't work. Okay. You know, Kubotas are bright orange, right? They require sunlight to function properly. They can't live.
I knew Dave was going to say something like that.
Well, they were in a bore pit, and so they were in a pit. But the Coyotes failed. The Coyotes worked great. And
so I'm just curious: are there people still watching this? Because I only have one screen up.
Yep, we're up to 22 watching us right now. So y'all got snow or what's going on there weather-wise? Well, upwards, Scott, how much snow do you have up at your place up there? Did they tell you?
Yeah, my neighbor's been sending me pictures. We got about 30 inches at our place right now.
Right now, we got probably about 4 inches left. It's melting fast here, but
He's down in the desert side of Idaho.
Tomorrow night, it's we got a 90% chance for getting 1 to 3 inches tomorrow night, and another 1 to 3 inches on Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah, so we get excited about making muddy snowmen.
Mud pie snowman?
Not get snow. Muddy snowman, just anything with snow mixed in with the mud.
Thank you, the little busy house. Reminding everybody.
Karen's in here tonight? Right on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jay Fum says, wait, Kubotas are photosynthetic?
They are.
That's great.
All right. Kathy says in Minnesota she has a tropical heat wave happening. It's 18 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, yeah. Kathy's up there
Oh my
in
goodness.
it's Minnesota, right?
Yeah. No, I think it's northern Minnesota too.
Northern Minnesota, yeah. Hey, Food Forest Permaculture F is in here tonight. Check that out.
Yeah. Howie's been.
That's weird. He's up there in Vancouver. No cherry blossoms in full bloom. What the heck? Global warming, right? Food Forest.
That's out on the island. He's on the island. They hardly ever freeze.
Yeah, it's true.
Now, is that where the Millennium Farmer is from?
Yes. You watch. I was going to ask you, Chris, if you watch Millennial Farmer. That guy is I love that guy.
That guy is a beast, isn't he?
He is so hilarious. His humor is just drives me. I just cannot stop laughing at his videos.
All right. Hang on a second. Tibor just put something in here. I'm going to throw it up here if I can. But basically saying the Ohio River is rising. The Mississippi might too. Yeah, because all that rain is getting up there. It's all going to be coming down to Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who put that up?
Tibor.
He's a fellow
Now
Ohio.
ask them if this is true or not. Ask them if this is true or not. I guess they can hear me. Is the Ohio River the only river that runs north?
No.
Is there another one?
Yes. Snake River runs where I'm at. The Snake River runs south. Then when it hits Pocatello, it runs west. Then when it gets over towards when it gets to Twin Falls, it started heading a little bit north. When it hits Boise, then it goes straight north up to I'm not sure how far north it goes. If it goes up into Washington. So yeah, it runs north as well.
Y'all just learned me something.
Yeah. Oh, the Red River.
Kathy says Red River.
Yeah, Red River runs north.
Well, I live 5 miles from the Red River. I don't know what part. It must be closer up in Oklahoma.
The Nile runs north.
That's around where I live. I don't know, to be honest with you.
Jay from it cracks me up.
Poor Mama Z feel bad. She says it's a whopping 30-some degrees where she's at. Y'all making her feel cold.
Yeah, there were some videos on YouTube today about the in Missouri. There's a bunch of flooding and people are evacuating like crazy in some of those places. They're expecting that river to crest at 37 feet or something ridiculous. Or thousands of people are jumping into moving vans trying to get their crap out before their houses are underwater.
All right,
it's getting bad.
Hang on. I got to respond to Jay. Jay, the Nile is not in the United States. It's on another different continent.
Yeah, there's a lot of flooding going on.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Like in Mississippi, the Tom Bigsby waterway, it's pretty much flooding. Cotton Top 3 has been showing a lot of video of it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Tibor says the Ohio doesn't anywhere that he knows of flow north.
No,
I believe I would. No, I'm not saying this is true or not. It's supposedly where the Missouri, the southern part of Illinois, the Missouri, the Mississippi, where it all converges. I think there's a small portion
by Three River Stadium.
I mean, and like I said, I was only there for a year and a half, and someone said it ran north, and so yeah, guys, you got to remember, in Louisiana, we don't know everything.
Yeah, let's see. I'm going to check something out.
Well, you guys got gators lurking in the bushes down there, so
It's crazy.
Hey,
We got gators, we
are
got bears, we got cougars.
You got man-eating snakes and venomous arachnids.
See, it's not the alligators I'm afraid of. It's the little teeny things that have 8 legs that like to
Yeah.
bite. Those are what I'm
Okay.
worried about. You don't see them coming.
Got the
What is
answer
it
for you
again?
guys here. All right, here's the answer on the Ohio. Formed by the confluence of the Allegheny and Monongahela rivers at Pittsburgh, it flows northwest out of Pennsylvania, then in a generally south-westerly direction to the Mississippi River at Cairo, Illinois.
Cairo. That's it. Cairo, Illinois. Okay. So
Yeah.
it's just a little portion then.
Yeah, but
Oh.
it's going kind of a northwest out of Pennsylvania. But then once it hits up, then it goes southeast, and then it does some little funky thing there.
Okay.
I heard that, Jay. I remember hearing that in the history books.
Oh yeah,
It ran north for a little while after an earthquake or something.
it ran north for 3 days. I was there. I saw it. I'm
Wow.
not as young as I look. I'm over 300 years old.
I was gonna say you're
Yeah.
pretty old if you saw that.
Yeah.
Kathy's still up there freezing.
Actually, see, I got the original serum that they used on a certain person that came known as the Captain America.
Yeah, dream on, buddy. That's why you're doing YouTube videos.
Dave lost it.
Yeah, Millennial Farmer's great. I love it when he talks about, look at that poor red tractor stuck out there in the field, and he's driving by in his green John Deere. I love that guy. That guy cracks me up.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
done well for himself, and he's just a good entertainer, should I say?
Yeah, he's funny. He is super funny. But if you watch his videos, you really watch how many clips in his videos are short, quick little clips, and he puts all those in together for like a 12 or 20-minute video. I'm thinking, man, the amount of time he must spend sitting down editing and farming. He's working 15-hour days when it's busy. When does he have time to do those kinds of videos all the time? He must either have somebody he pays or helps him do it, or I don't know what the deal is. But anyway.
if you just shoot a 10-second video and stop it, and you shoot another 10-second, once you get back, you just use them like something like I have Pinnacle. You just go click, 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 and it just sews them all together.
Well, yeah, but you still got to go in there and chop out the part you don't want, and you got to watch it. I mean, all of those clips, it all adds up into time.
Yeah.
It takes me 50 minutes of footage to get 9 to 15-minute video. It may take me 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten better and stuff at doing it, but it just takes time. I don't really enjoy editing that much. But I'm really trying to do 1 shot or 2 shots, do everything and script it beforehand, and so
that's why it takes you so long, because you try scripting it. If you go off the cuff, don't script it. You'll get it in 1 take, maybe 2 at most, and you'll get everything you want because you're not forcing yourself to. I got to say this, and I got to just roll with the punches and deal with it. You'll get less takes and better content.
And if you really,
I found that to be the exact opposite, Dave. As you guys already know, I tend to have a little bit of freedom of the lips, and so if I just go with it without a script and stay on script, I tend to say lots of things I shouldn't say or things I didn't need to say.
All right.
Hey, y'all hear the guys yelling at Scott because he's not paying attention?
All right, real quick response here to Jay. Yeah, Jay, I got the original serum. It wasn't perfected. I got the serum before the Red Skull. But going up here on the side chat here, she moved mountains, talking about how cold it is there. What was the other one? Kathy saying, addressing Scott, freezing only until May.
Only until May. Good Lord.
Well, last year we here in southeastern Idaho, we had a really hard freeze the end of June.
Hey, McCoy's Oaks in the
June.
chat.
Hey, McCoy's.
If anybody wants tips on editing videos, hit me up and we'll do a private live stream. You know, it won't be published anywhere, and I can give you tips and tricks on how to make your workflow better. Because when it comes to editing, it's all about workflow. And depending on the program, I use Filmora 8. It's not supported anymore because they got 9, and in my personal opinion, 9, I can't say the word publicly because then I would publish. So
yeah.
When you
I'm going to hit you up on that, Dave. Hopefully in the next couple of months, I'll hit you up on that for sure. And I'd love to hear some tips and stuff. I'm using Adobe Essentials 2019, and I love the program. Works great. But it's just content.
Right. It comes down to workflow. You know, having a plan of what you want, necessarily a script.
Mm-hmm.
Me,
yeah.
You can't work off a script. I have a plan of what I
want.
That's
what I meant. I meant a plan, like just an outline, not a script. I'm not reading from a script, but an outline. Like absolutely.
Where some people have an issue, at least for me personally, I have to give myself a little bit of freedom in that plan. Because when I try to stick to a plan specifically, I have to redo the video because it comes out sounding like absolute crap.
Yeah, you're like real wooden and stiff, and
it's like,
you write something out and you think it sounds good when you write it out, but when you speak it, it's like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like this tactical belt I was sent. It looks really nice.
All right, Howie.
And it's 30 inches, so it don't fit my fat belly. But I don't want to say it don't fit my fat belly in the video. But I had to put the size in the video, so it's the only constraint I had when I made the videos. I just had to somewhere find a way to make it sound not a bad thing, that it only fits people with 30-inch bellies.
Yeah.
And that's how I roll with it. And the video actually didn't come out that bad. Now, if I'd have planned on saying it doesn't fit my fat belly, it would have sounded bad and it would have made me sound even worse. So I just okay, this is the negative.
You might have got a lot more clicks on it.
Possible, but I found the one negative of it. In my opinion, it's a negative, and I had to figure out a way to say it that was negative but yet positive, and then I worked the rest of the video around that. That's how I came up with it.
See, and I just put the camera and I start going with it. Like tomorrow, I've got something. It's not planned. It's just something I need to get done. I have this dead pine tree way back in the back that we have a lot of either wood ducks and woodpeckers, et cetera, et cetera. And so I've got a friend that has a really cool drone that I've been looking at. So I'm having him come over tomorrow. He doesn't even know I YouTube. So when I break out the camera and I start YouTube, he's really going to freak out. Like, you're a redneck. You don't do that stuff.
That's hilarious.
And believe it or not, when you go to make the thumbnail for your video, use a picture from the drone footage, you'll get more clicks on it automatically. For some reason.
Really? Because it's just got a better image?
Well, not necessarily a better image, but it gives a different perspective. And when people are looking at thumbnails, that high above the sky, bird in the air look draws people in because they see, wow, this is a little bit more professional. And even if you're not, they're still going to click on it and watch it.
Okay.
And then
we're going to do the experiment tomorrow for sure.
And if you really want to make it stand out, go to my About page, hit me up on email, and I will help you understand vidIQ so you can put the right tag and everything on it, and you'll draw a lot of views that way.
See, and I'm really interested in this vidIQ thing. I mean, that sounds like a tool that every YouTuber needs to be involved with.
They should be.
Yeah.
No, don't tell anybody. Only use it for yourself.
Don't tell nobody.
All right, Gil, back at the flashy thing. Make sure nobody in the side chat can remember what we just said.
You sure?
Okay. All right, everybody. This is a special advice I got from you guys here. Take a good close look here. Okay.
For it, guys. Have a good night.
Everything about vidIQ.
Jeremy at Living the Dream Homestead told me about vidIQ 6 months ago, and I forgot all about it. And I remember, and then it actually came up in my suggested feed was some, I don't know, YouTube tips and tricks or something, and it came up. I'm like, what? Why haven't I been using this for 6 months? My channel would be twice the size it is now if I had.
That's why I like you, Heaven's Essentials. You were born in Michigan, not far from where I was born. I was born in Madison Heights. Sorry, it took me a minute to remember it.
He's old.
Well, yeah, that's why it took me a minute. I admit it. I'm not afraid to admit my age.
His
Just
old-
because the last dinosaur passed away and I tickled its belly as it was dying. I mean, well, what? You know, who cares?
Yeah, I helped hatch the first one.
I wasn't going to tell him you and I were, 2 caves apart. I wasn't going to tell him that part.
Yeah.
I was going to let him wonder.
All right. So back to how we got on part of this here, Chris.
Go ahead.
You start thinking of some ideas. Get your daughter to think of some ideas, and that might get your wife involved in it.
Well, she's going to be involved in one this weekend because she has no choice. She's the main show on building this farmhouse table.
Right,
But,
Mama's
but that way, as far as once she gets on that, and you start talking about how, the monetization of it. Let me untie my tongue here now. Daniel Arms has 2 really good videos about monetization. He put the one out in December of 2018, and the other one he put out several months later. About one was the second one was did we make a mistake about talking about money on YouTube, and the first one is the big secret that YouTubers don't talk about, and it talks about how much he's making off of YouTube, not exactly in all dollars and cents, but compared to what he makes as a trooper. And so if she gets into prepping because of the monetary side of it, hey, you just won there without her knowing how you won.
She may start her own channel, huh?
Hey, whatever, but if she helps you make videos on prepping and stuff, and then realizes by doing the research and stuff and helping you make the videos out, wait a minute, this actually makes good sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
But,
Gil,
yeah.
could you do me a favor?
Mhm.
Make bedtime stories with Charles a mod so I can post links.
All right.
You can do that later if you want, but that's
just go ahead and post something from it so I can see it here.
I just know.
Let's see. There we go. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and Chris, if you ever do a live, you want to make sure some of the people, look at some of the moderators from the other channels you go to and stuff, and then even come on your channel, give them make them a moderator, because it can happen at the most unusual time. You may get a troll in there for some reason.
And
Okay.
trolls can do
And
video.
your moderators are great at killing trolls, or if not killing them, at least sending them off to the island of misfit toys.
I see.
Example.
So do you
Trolls are
have to have a
typically
certain
liberal
amount of people?
snowflakes in their mom's basement.
Do you have to have a certain amount of subscribers to do live beyond the fact that they would show up?
Nope.
Only on
Okay.
mobile.
You only be able to do it on mobile, but to do just like I'm doing here now, you just I found out I should have been doing it 3 months sooner. I thought I had to wait
So,
to do it
hey-
live until I had 1,000. And no, you can do a live, with 5 subscribers.
In a way, this is my first live.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as you as being the host of the live.
But yeah, I was just joking.
Yeah, I know, because my first live was showing up on Just in Time Prepping's Monday night panel, and then after that, I got a couple others that they had open, and I'll come up, came up, talked and stuff, and got invited back several times to be on their lives and get going around.
Yeah, because this is fun. It's really fun.
Man, I tell you what, Chris, I have learned so much in a short period of time just from interacting with all these people. It blows my mind I've only been doing it, like I said, for a year. I got a pretty fun story to tell you when we get a chance, but I'm going to go binge watch your channel over the next couple of weeks here, and we'll definitely hook up. Guys, I am done. They finally cut me loose. So
Awesome.
I can go home. So I got to climb down out of my crane and go home and snuggle with the wifey and come back and do it tomorrow morning, and then try and make up tomorrow night with a steak for her. But hey, fantastic. It was a pleasure to meet you, Chris. Gil, fantastic live stream as always. Again. Now let's see.
Yeah.
There we go. That's a little better. But thank you for all that.
Yeah, Chris,
Yes, sir.
North Star Prep Center. She's volunteered to be a mod for you anytime you go live.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, but one of the things you got to check with, there are a lot of streams, especially like on Friday night. I had to catch mine at a certain time. So basically, I come up after Stringfield Ridge, and they're on after Mimsy. It was on after someone. Yeah, so there's a bunch of us come on. We kind of hit right after. It's like tomorrow. Just in time prepping's on at 3. He's on for 2 hours. I'm on at 5 Mountain Time for 2 hours. We take a half-hour breather sometimes, and then Dave comes on at 7:30 Mountain Time. So we kind of just follow along like that. And then there's some other ones during the week where I come on right after someone else, or someone else comes on right after me. And so, let's say, Thursday morning, I'm on Thursday morning. I get off, and there's a couple others that come on at 1:00 when I'm done.
Ah.
And,
Well, I'm hunting Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 3:30.
Okay.
He's
You get
hunting.
that,
I
right?
like that. I like that. I really like that. Hallelujah. Thank you for your service, my friend. Thank you.
Hey guys, hey, Scott, it was nice to meet you. And obviously, I'm going to find all you guys and subscribe, and this is just fun.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, guys. I will see you on more live streams. I hope to see you guys on Sunday on mine on Pacific Mountain Time, 6:30ish or so, whenever I can get around to it. But I'm gonna click out of here, guys. You guys have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.
All righty.
See you.
All right, see you later.
Good night, guys.
Night. Okay. Anybody else out there in the side chat? I'm going to throw up the link again.
All right, I'm going to answer Wall Street Homestead's question. Using StreamYard, you can do it right now. I've got less than 1,000 subs. Gil's got less than 1,000 subs. We're not going to talk about Will. He's got well over 1,000. But the two of us, we do this, and we use StreamYards, and you can do, we don't have 1,000. So, yes, you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, like I said, I am so new to this, and I'm still learning. And you guys, I mean, I'm going to have to go back and watch this again just to, pretty much take notes to catch up to,
I've been on YouTube for the last 4 years. So,
Wall Street Homestead. If you have, like right now, Chris Holly Ridge here, he's on his phone, and he just blanked out the camera, so he's just using the microphone. If you want, click on that link right down there I put in. And if you're on phone, or if you have a laptop or a desktop, and you can come up here right now, and we can chat here. We'll show some Valentine's love to you right now. Get you up here and break you in on my live stream, so you're not having to worry about it. So that way you get a little familiar, and you're more at ease doing it on yours.
Yeah, come in, because I'm telling you, this is neat.
Yeah, or anybody else.
The only reason why I'm blinking out my face is because I don't want anybody to get blinded by my bald, shiny head.
that's why Gil wears my hat.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah. That's the light up behind me. So yeah. And here's the other thing. Here's the other ones on the pay, on both on the free now and on the paid. They have a green screen, so that's why I got the green sheet up here behind me. Because I can do all sorts of fun stuff. I can actually put us into the
You can put you into.
I can put me into the Greenbrier presidential conference room, or I can take us into another one.
Huh.
Or I can put this one here is one of the defaults that comes with it. This is the other default they have.
So if you want to smack your head against the wall, you just put that one up and bang your head backwards a couple times.
So I'm assuming you can like preload so
Yes.
you're out there on your barn and you want to take a picture of your barn and you can load it up on your backdrop.
I can load it up into StreamYard, into the green screen file, and I can pull. You can only have 10 of your own up in there. They come with 2, and you can only put 10 of your own in there. And so these are, I'm probably going to change a couple of these out. Like, here's another one from the helicarrier. I kind of like this one here because you got the hallway here with all my supplies and stuff in it. I wish.
Well, I thought you were with Air Force One there for a second.
Yeah, and there's some other nice little ones you can put up there.
Hey, Chris, Break Dreams brings up a point. I did do a video this week on StreamYard. So when you get a chance to go find me, there's a recent one you can go check out.
Okay.
Because I actually did that for Doc Bones and Nurse Amy, so we don't have to try and correlate my schedule and their schedule because they are super busy right now. So I went ahead and put a video out for them to be able to watch. And I did it in a nice, easy way for anybody to understand it.
Yeah, Kathy, you can come on. Yeah, just go ahead and
Kathy.
Yeah, let me throw the link down here again real quick.
So something popped up real small. Says something, Chris.
You said you put on your John Deere cap.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how small it is on my phone, guys. So it's hard for me to read it.
Yeah. Now, wrong one. Take that down. Okay. So,
and Wall Street said they would join as well.
Okay. Yeah. So
do I need to jump off so y'all can have some other order?
No, we can have 6 up here.
Well, we can have 6 panelists up here with StreamYard.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I don't want to hog it.
The free version of StreamYard, you get 20 hours of actual broadcast time. Okay, here comes Kathy. The free version, Kathy. 20 hours of actual broadcast time. Okay, here comes Kathy.
Hello.
The free Kathy. 20 hours. Kathy, you're going to need to mute the YouTube channel.
Hello.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
There. Hey, Kathy.
Yeah, you mute the StreamYard channel so we don't get the feedback. That's the only thing you got to worry about.
Hold on. She's muted herself as well.
Oh, you muted yourself. Okay, don't mute your mic, Kathy. We're on the StreamYard one. Don't mute that one. Open up the tab that has the YouTube on it still, and mute the. Open up the tab that has the YouTube on it still, and mute the. Open up the tab that has the YouTube on it. Okay. All right, Kathy, did you mute?
I'm sorry, I don't know where it is.
Okay.
Hold on. It's simple.
All right, Kathy, did you mute?
I'm sorry, I don't know where it is.
Okay. It's simple. All right, Kathy, did you mute?
I'm sorry, I don't know where it is.
All right, Kathy, first thing to go ahead.
All right, Kathy. So what you need to do is on the YouTube channel, mute that one first. So once you mute YouTube, then come back in on StreamYard.
And that way you will have nothing other than just your voice.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is she's not going to be able to hear what we're saying when she mutes that. She'll need a set of headphones so she can hear what's actually being said on StreamYards.
Right.
That's why I had to find my plugs. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Got a bunch of show up here shortly, so it might get loud. I'll try to keep it down.
All right. So we can hear you, Kathy, now.
Sorry about all that noise.
Yeah.
It happened.
Hey, it's first time I did it with Will. Same thing. I had to kill the one, do the other one.
Well, everybody's got their limbs. Nobody got hurt.
Yeah. Okay.
You look very wise.
Don't worry, Kathy. We still got you.
Yeah.
Hey, Gil.
Yeah.
You do have the option to mute his mic, so any personal information may not leak across, so he doesn't have to try and find it himself.
Okay. All right. So let me. All right, Chris. I'm going to mute your mic
Just for a minute.
just for
That way
a
you
minute.
can talk business with the family, and none of that personal information gets out here.
All right.
Because we don't need nobody else being doxxed or swatted. That's pretty sad if
Yeah.
people aren't aware of it.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, when they did it to me, I happen to know my local sheriff's department fairly well.
Yeah. And I had a lot of nice meeting with the my beat deputy last night. So he was at the city council meeting, so I got to know him.
So
Isn't
what's
this
up, Miss
fun?
Kathy?
Isn't this fun, Kathy? You got multiple people now here.
What's
Well,
that?
hello. Hi, Chris. Or is he not on right now?
I'm gonna unmute Chris now.
Oh, okay.
All right, Chris.
All right,
I
guys,
unmuted.
y'all can hear me now?
Yeah.
I
I
unmuted you.
appreciate that. Yeah, the girls
Yeah.
just came in from. We've got 3 teenage girls here now with mama back.
Oh,
They all went
I am
skating,
so
and
sorry for you.
it's one of those kind of things. So it's going to be really loud out here. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Kathy, how are you?
I am just fine. Thanks so much. I am,
This is neat stuff, isn't it?
Not
It
a
is.
problem,
it
Wendy.
is. I've been doing it for, it was a year in December. So picking up a few things on the way. I started going live in June. So, which is really, it opens up a whole new aspect of not only YouTube, but friendships, community, relationships, everything. And that's really what our homesteading community is really about, is the relationships. So it's just really awesome. I really like it.
And what's neat about this is,
Well, I am. Sorry.
what's really neat about StreamYard right now, I can open up one, not broadcast it, do it as a for record only, but don't even hit the record button. I can send out, an email out with the link. Everybody can come in here and we can talk like this without being on YouTube. And it doesn't count against your free 20 hours of time.
Or we have
Or-
another option. I have another
Or-
option.
Uh-huh.
My Discord channel, we can get 20 people in a room, or 60, or 200, or 2,000, all in a private chat. No governmental oversight. Nobody recording what we're saying or doing. Nobody can see it, just us on that server. That is a great place. That's why I'm building this server, so we have a place to go should YouTube turn full communistic bat poop crazy on us. I'm
Yeah.
trying to be polite.
Yeah, but in the meantime, just a little short thing where you can practice stuff and doing stuff and you can practice doing a live talk, figure out how all the buttons work, and not really worry about it. Now, Kathy, you look down on the bottom there, you see where it says mute, stop cam, cam mic, and share screen.
Yep.
Okay, so if you push stop cam, I'll do it. You don't do it. If I push stop cam,
Mhm.
ta-da!
Okay.
And mute just mutes me.
All right.
Share screen. When I do share screen, it opens. You generally, it works best if you have 2 monitors on your laptop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's what I have when I do this.
Okay.
Just my monitor off to the side, and I can change the screen. Whatever's on the screen here is what comes up.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you're up to 51 now, Chris.
I thought he was at 52.
Oh
but
my
that's good.
goodness, really?
Yeah.
Guys, you guys are awesome. You know that. I don't know what to say.
Say like that, whatever I have up there, it refreshes and shows like that. And then I just go down below and I can, I can put us like this. Option is I can put us like this. I can go like this here and just show me and the side one. I can go back and show all of us on the side one, or I can go just what's on the side one.
Okay.
And so that's on the share screen side for whoever's running it. That's the downside only. But you right now, all right, Dave, go ahead and share something. And see what Dave will do is he's going to do the share screen because he's got multiple monitors. He's going to put something up. And then I will show you guys something what I see when he does that.
Give me a minute. It's going to take a minute.
Yeah. And so there's this StreamYard is, I just love it. It's like, oh, this is beautiful. It's, you know, but when I started running multiple lives during the week, I ran out of my 20 hours really fast. I had to pay the $20 a month doing the whole. I paid the whole year one shot. But there's really cool things you can do with this guy. But let me go ahead. I'm going to slide my camera over here. Try not to make everybody too sick. I'm going to turn it around and show the bottom part of the screen. So see, these are the buttons here that I push to do different things here.
Okay.
And this is more where I'm sharing. And when Dave puts it up, there'll be another one pop up in here between him and Chris for the screen he's sharing. And then I just click on whichever one I want to share. Now I can also do something else here. Let's see here. So watch what happens to me. And I can put myself back in. So just by clicking on the person there, I can take them out temporarily. At the very beginning, I took all of us. Dave and I were both out. I took us out so that it showed just the backdrop. So don't nobody freak out. I'm going to take everybody out for a second. So I took it down. And then I brought us back in.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff we can do with this. That is, and on the paid version, I have you can have this thing that Dave taught me how to do. All right, Dave just put his up. Let me show before I share it. Let me show you what it looks like down on the bottom here. See, so there was me, my shared screen, Dave's shared screen. So when I click on Dave's shared screen here, hang on, let me put the camera back up here. I click on it, and it goes to that. And that's the Discord, his Discord server, which he's working on getting up for us so we can all do fun stuff off of YouTube. So we have another place to communicate.
Look at all that survival and prepping, homesteading stuff right there.
Yeah, those are full.
You've done an incredible job, Dave.
Yeah. So yeah, and he has a video he put out 4 days ago.
Yep, on Tuesday I think it was.
On Discord. So guys on the side chat, you guys want to go live? This is a great way to go live and have, especially if you're afraid to do it by yourself and you have a friend that you want to bring up there to partner with you on screen. This is a great way to do it. That way you have multiple people talking and you're not up there by yourself. I need someone to talk to. I have And
go ahead.
What's neat about it is, if I wanted to, I could get my daughter downstairs to be on here on her computer. Oh, am I losing it? No.
I don't know if it was me or Joe.
No, it showed up on my screen here. This happens occasionally. We have that very famous. Oh, I'm going to pull that out of here, Dave.
Okay.
All right, screen. We have that very famous, and get the right one. There we go. Sucky Sparklight Internet. They bought out Cable One, and the service went down the toilet. And every now and then, it goes up, and it takes 5 minutes or several minutes for me to get back in. But
And just
the
as a
live
side
stream,
note,
the live
if you
stream stayed up.
if you ever need somebody to go live with you, I am on disability. I don't work. Just shoot me an email about an hour and a half, 2 hours in advance that you're going to go live and you'd like me to join you, and I will be happy to join you. And at the very least, I can be comedic relief. Because I have all kinds of funny little gadgets and doodads and.
All right. I'm gonna pull something here. Howie, can you come up here too? I want to show these people what it looks like with 5 people up here.
Okay, Chris, are you familiar with what a moderator does?
I'm just saying no.
Okay. If on the side chat, I don't know if you can see the side chat or not, anyone that's in blue with a blue wrench next to it has been designated a moderator by the host of the channel. And what we do is we are able to post links for any of the channels or whatever it is that maybe Gil is talking about. We're also able to edit, or not edit, but to hide or delete comments that would be inappropriate or something like that. And we can actually even help knock out somebody out of there.
Okay.
So we hammer them.
Slow stuff.
All right. Okay. Yeah. I think Howie, you got it muted now. The other one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So yeah, moderators are great for the trolls. They'll come in and they'll start making, posting profanity or saying stupid stuff, and they can go in there, click on them, and just delete the message or totally delete the channel. And sometimes a person accidentally, a good person accidentally says something that's, oh no, we don't want that on the channel, and they'll delete that individual message and type a message in, hey, we don't say that type of stuff here. And if the person continues, then they can put them into timeout for 30 seconds, 300 seconds, or whatever it is. And they get the messages. Jay just said, I protest. I don't want a wrench. I want sawzalls.
So Chris, we have basically 5 choices on when we can click on anybody. We can go to their channel right away and then check them out to see if they're above board, if they look like they're a type of person that we want commenting in here or throwing their stuff around or whatever. We can report them. So it's a little flag that we could send a report. I don't know, does the report go to YouTube itself?
Yes.
Yes, okay. And then we can
Okay.
we can actually remove them from the channel and everything. We can put them in a user timeout, or we can hide the user on the channel like forever. So
yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah, so all this is new to me. Y'all are a wealth of information.
yeah, okay. She just asked if she can join as the younger, so I just put it. So hopefully she moved mountains will be joining us here as well.
6. You can have 6. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we have 6 here. And guys, anybody hasn't seen Howie's house before, look behind him. He's got trees growing inside and stuff growing inside his house. Really cool.
That's a Dracinia.
Yeah, really cool stuff.
There's a lot more here.
Yes. And tell everybody in the chat, we're showing the love of YardStream now and what YardStream can do, how it can help your channel. A live stream that you get a lot of people talking on, and you get a topic for the night where you can talk about a thing is great. And I see Chris learned how to mute his phone without going lost. So, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, and the thing is, like on when you go into it, coming up on the panel, it'll ask you to type in your name, whatever. You can type Howie, just put Howie only. Chris just put put Hollywood Homestead. I put mine. You've seen mine change several times depending on what we're talking about.
It's because he's confused.
If we're heavy into the prepper stuff, and I'm using stuff from my, I'm using something that I want to have a little bit more authoritative with, I'll use the asset center. I'll type that in there so people know that I have a prepping company, and that's from the prepping side of me. I thought about putting in former Homeland Security agent, but I figured everybody would freak out and leave.
You just might, Gil.
Hey, like I said, remember, he's former DHS and he's making a list.
I'm making a friendly list so everybody can know and talk to each other. Okay, so
we on the white list or the black list here?
no, I've been making a list of homesteaders and preppers, what state they're in, not what city. I don't want to know what city. I don't want to know what county. That way, and we're going to start sharing it amongst ourselves. So those that are in Arkansas can say, oh, there's 3 more in Arkansas I didn't know about. Or there's a
Welcome,
more
Shane.
here. So we have
Thanks, Katie.
and make sure I yeah, so this is
I'm
Katie.
back, guys. I'm sorry.
That's
Welcome
okay, Chris.
back.
Are you at home or are you on this on the job?
He's home.
He's at home. That's what the dogs were there at home. And the girl screaming and yelling, those were the teenage girls coming home.
Okay.
You got a little tip. I have a little tip to
having
pass on.
Yeah.
Make sure you all have a debit card if this coronavirus shows up, because no one's going to accept cash.
Got that right.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you have a credit card or debit card. I mean, have some money too, but nobody's going to want it because it's contaminated. You're going to have to use your card. That's what's happening in other countries right now. Tip, just a small tip.
Well, I'll accept cash at 10 cents on the dollar.
Well, it's worth your life, buddy.
No. I'll be wearing the gloves and I'll have the bag. I'll stuff it in the bag and then
The bag. That's what's being
I'll
used.
spray the inside of the bag down with a little bleach and you just let the vapors in there kill it.
Bleach for 24 hours, I hear.
Actually, they were saying that on it, if it's a 3% bleach solution, 1 minute will do it.
Oh, sure. Leave it in there for 24 hours to make sure.
But then all the ink will be gone.
That's why you set the bleach on underneath it with a tray and holes above it, and money sitting on top of the tray so it aerates.
Yeah, but so
Just like
Katie,
you would aerate your lawn.
first time
you
you've been
aerate-
on a live stream?
What was that?
Katie, is this the first time you've been on a live stream?
I was on a live stream, I think, a year ago. So really, yes, I guess this is my first time.
Welcome.
It has been a while. It has been a while, Katie. So yeah.
Well, she's a baby in live streams, and she's actually a baby compared to the rest of us.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, it's 7 Essentials. It's like the Brady Bunch up here.
No, we need to.
I look up at you, Chris.
I'll bow out and let another lady come up here. Then it's the Brady Bunch.
Howdy, hello.
Oh,
Hi, Dave. Hi,
hi,
Kathy.
Dave. Feels like the Brady Bunch. It does.
No, it's more like
This is
more like
great.
the
I like
Waltons at the moment. More like the
Yeah.
Waltons.
Well, fun.
Night, John Boy. No, we're not saying good night, people. Yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry, I really love this because basically, we got a nice little community here going, and on the first ones I was on with Just in Time Prepping, Cheryl Hurst was on there, and most of the time, all she did was monitor the side chat, and then she said, "Okay, oh wait, someone's got a question here." And so that's really cool because everybody can kind of moderate the side chat at the same time, watch it, and they see something pop up. You say, someone said something. Now, what's neat is, unfortunately, only the host can do this.
Uh-oh.
Watch it, boom.
And also, only the host can actually use the StreamYard to type into whatever you're streaming to.
Yeah.
Guests cannot type in the chat, unfortunately.
Oh, we're missing one.
It bailed on us for a moment.
Yeah, it sounds like he had had to deal with family. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so yeah, we can, And that's what on one of the chats. That's the way someone come in for a couple minutes, say stuff, they step out. Someone else would step in. And that's what's kind of. I wish it would kind of happen tonight. That everybody would take a shot, come up here, say something about how their love affected their doing their preps. Well, right now we have a new love called StreamYard. We're all learning how she works, or he works, whatever. Whatever you put on it.
Just remember, this isn't a rainbow and unicorn live stream. We don't fluff it up. It's real.
Yeah.
Gil, I'm going to have to get running. I've got a lot of work yet to do tonight, and it's 11:36 here, so it's getting past my time here.
Are you trying to say
Good
you're
night.
not spring chicken no more? I would have never.
What, Dave?
Are you trying to say you're not a spring chicken no more? That
I
catching up.
I went past my spring. I'm like winter or fall to winter right now. So
I'm not eating anything.
Thanks, everybody. Love you all too. Julie,
Good night.
Wendy, and Leanna, and Mary, and all you guys. Thank you so much, and have a happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you for all your work tonight, Kathy.
You're welcome. Thanks so much.
It was fun.
Yes, it was nice to meet Chris too, wherever he went. So
He's gone somewhere.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Big Dreams Homestead says she loves herself and her family, so that's why she preps. Jay says he's a bachelor, so he don't have to worry. But hey, Jay, before I was married, I was big into prepping to protect my family, my mom, my dad, my brothers, sisters, cousins, and stuff. So before I met the staff sergeant, my thing was I was going to be the overwatch for the family. And then I met Christine. So any questions from anybody on up here, down there, anything on the side? All right.
I dug sunchokes today I'm going to a seed exchange tomorrow, so I'll have videotape of that.
Cool.
And I'll be bringing in about 100 pounds of sunchokes. They're Helianthus tuberosa, and they're great eating. But tomorrow I'll get my seed for the entire year for free. Well, I trade the sunchokes, and then I get to choose from thousands of varieties of seed. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a guest coming on in the next week or two, maybe 3. I'm having the Green Wizard come on.
Green Wizard, Ron Nitzel, I know him.
Yes. I'm going to have him on one of my live streams here. One of these.
I have his book.
That's one book I don't have yet.
Yeah, I have an autographed copy.
Lucky you.
He sent it to me. I didn't even know. I opened the mail, and it's this book I'm supposed to, have a look at. So I gave him a mail call and a shout out, and it would work. It's not you'd have to keep doing it. What the recipes that he's talking about. It's not something like if you built the soil up with rich biomass. His is like, you have to keep doing it. You don't, it would work with SHDF or grid down to up your food growing. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be organic in a lot of ways, but it does work. It does work. So that's what counts.
All right, we got a new guest just came in there. How to Garden. Hey, How to Garden.
How to Garden.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. And I want to make I'll respond to Jay's comment there. Just tell your dad, he says he's too old to worry about. Tell him, hey, he's never too old to love you, and he's never too old for you to love him. So that's the reason why you should prep, or at least do a little bit. Have
something's better than nothing.
Yeah. Extra meds if he needs any extra meds. Every minute is precious. Get that line on him.
Yeah.
I guess the reason why I got on here is I wanted to share and I guess encourage other people my age, but I guess just everybody, not even my age, like everybody, because it's not an age thing. But I guess the reason why I prep is I guess we've always canned and dehydrated. Like we've dehydrated for years.
Smart.
But yeah. And it's like you always want to be prepared for if something happens. And that's what we're all learning. But like many years ago, or 3 years ago, I actually got sick with the flu virus. And so it kind of flipped my system. And so I actually can't do dairy. Well, that actually kind of brought in where we have to do more canning and more dehydrating and a lot of that, like keep more stock of our fresh food. And so it's teaching me more how to be wise in that way, I guess.
It would. You learn as you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Water bath for your fruit and some vegetables. Water bath.
Yeah, I water bath and I pressure
like
can.
Pressure canning is a little different, but that's the surefire way of you're going to get a good solid seal. Yeah. I do a lot of canning every year, tons and tons of canning, and then to rotate, I'll bring it into the food bank, and then I'll just start all over again. So, but it's no problem to do 5, 6, 7, 800, 1,000, 1,500 jars of something a year. It's not uncommon.
Amazing.
It's not uncommon for myself. I have to do it. I don't like the food from the store too much.
Yeah.
It's you just can't trust people. They don't have your health at heart. They have your pocketbook.
Exactly.
No, Moondog, this is not a personal dating website.
Yeah. Moondog, there are some sites out there. And there's a lot. There are some meetup groups that do have that on the side of theirs. If you go to American, what is it here?
Good question, Moondog.
Let me bring it up here. Hang on a second. I will tell you. American Prepper Network. American Preppers Network, and they have a newsletter out there and stuff. But yeah, they partnered with Prepper.net to do some stuff. But on the newsletter for APN, American Preppers Network, they talk about some of that, about where you can go to find things and stuff like that.
Go to church. Lots of preppers at church.
Yeah, so there are some there too.
Oh yeah, and some church organizations, that's all they do is prep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah. So that's
trying to
get there are some groups out there that do, they have meetups and they arrange for preppers to get together in their area, find out who else is in their area that wants to form a community or a group or a mag or whatever you want to call it. And sometimes they do have a quote prepper match, yeah, where you can get together. Chris lost his signal. Okay, I guess that's what it was going on there. Ham radio meetups is someplace else you can meet some preppers and stuff.
Thank you for doing that. Oops.
All right.
Back here.
Howie, did you see Tibor's question there?
No.
Are you familiar with the book Nature's Garden?
Of course.
Okay. Not sure where we wanted to go with that, but
the best book is Retro Suburbia by David Holmgren. It shows you how to retrofit the cities for food production after peak oil. It's called Retro Suburbia. It cost me $180 to buy it last year, and I lend it out to my students once in a while. And it's completely on how to retrofit your house, your yard, for full sustainability in the city, so you can survive in the city and you can show others. It's a great way to create a job for yourself. Oh yeah, it's what the future will hold. It'll all be small, tiny homes. And the cool thing is, if the tiny home is going to take over, it's as simple as that. For every city lot, you're going to have 4 tiny homes on it. and they'll be living houses is what they are. The entire house will be alive from outside inside, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Retro Suburbia, David Holmgren. You can find him on YouTube. Holmgren Designs, best book you'll ever read. Yeah.
Cool.
Tell him how he sent you. He's a good friend.
All righty.
Yeah.
Wall Street said they're still trying to get hooked up.
I saw that they're still trying to get online with us. So, yeah. So I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe they just have poor connection.
AJ, if you and your significant other go out bushcrafting and there's an argument, she wins. Okay?
Yes.
If you haven't learned that yet, she wins. I don't care what the argument's about. If you want to live to the next morning, she wins. Okay.
Master and commander, man. That's the way it goes.
If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Make
That's
mama
the way
happy.
it
You
is.
happy.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember that the two most important words in a relationship.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. Took me a few years to learn that one. Of course, I didn't get married until I was 30. So I had, 10 years of bad habit as a bachelor. But yeah.
See, I didn't have 10 years of a bad habit.
There it is there.
I am the bad habit, so it just doesn't work.
Cool. All right, hey, hold it. Keep it there for a second, Howie. I'm gonna see if I can do it. Remember,
He's going to bring you up front and personal. There you go.
boom. There you are. Now you're the big one.
The Downshifter's Guide to a Resilient Future. This book is heavy duty, boys and girls. It has a ton of cross-sectional diagrams like you would not believe. And all hawks survive in the city.
Hey, Howie, move it up so we can see the bottom half of it. There we go. There you go.
David Holmgren.
Yep.
Permaculture co-originator with Bill Mollison.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I have one more book.
That's another thing you guys can do with
This is a very cool book. This lady lives in my town.
Ah, cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very cool. Go with nature. Nature always wins.
Hey, Howie, I need to get you over on my Discord server so we can, get that little gardening section part going and we can get ideas flowing and crisscrossing and people can get educated.
No problem. This is another cool book. This is on homesteading. This puppy tells all.
Okay,
Yeah.
all you homesteaders out there. Here's something, a little resource for you.
Oh, this is an amazing book. This lady wrote it in the town I live in. And she touches base on everything. She's amazing. They live entirely off the land. A lot of people do now.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way that you're going to get healthy or stay healthy. Any other way is just you're inviting sickness and unhappiness. Yeah. You got to have fun. If there's no fun, I don't want to be there. I want fun. What's fun? What's good?
Yeah.
We already know what's bad.
All right.
Something new.
McCoy's Oak Hill Farm said, darn, it's not on Amazon.
No, you have to go through Holmgren Designs. It's on YouTube if you want that book. It's called Retro Suburbia. You can't buy it on Amazon. He sells it directly to the person and ships it to you. And like I said, I had to wait almost a month to get it, and I was on a list. And the book sold out. The first print was already sold before it showed up. And I think they're in their 100,000 something like that of print. So it's a lot of those books, but it's so precise to give you all the ins and outs and the intel, so you're not wasting your time or money.
All right, Howie, what was that homesteading one again? The title of it?
The Ultimate Guide to Homesteading an encyclopedia of independent living, from buying land, water purification, logging, homeschooling, herbal medicine, canning, choosing breeds, Nordic shelters, seed storage, pottery, sewing, and other lost arts.
Around. That's it. Okay, I got it. All right, here we go. There it is on Amazon.
This one is, yeah.
$4.49 on Amazon for the ultimate guide to homesteading.
Yep.
And I'm gonna click on that. Take us into the main one here. Yeah. And $2.99 on Kindle, folks. Woo! So you can get it on Kindle for only $2.99. And if you're like me, you got multiple Kindles, you can share it to them all. So you get multiple copies for $2.99.
Skyhorse Publishing out of New York City published it, and it's printed in China. I've had this one for a couple years.
All right, so now, guys, all the copies that are here might be here from beforehand. So I'm gonna put it in my wish list here. But
this is the one you want. This is the one to retro suburbia, to retrofit the city for a resilient future where folks don't have to depend on food coming into the city or hydro. This is the ultimate guide. I've read this one. Well, you can see it's pretty, it's not as pretty as a new book, but they explain in great detail everything. It's the resilient guide. You go onto Homegrown Designs on YouTube, and it'll bring you to Retro Suburbia's main page, and you'll see my icon there too. He has my icon on his YouTube channel. He has Sanford University and a few others, but I was like, "Yay, mine made it."
Corey's put up a link here.
Yeah.
So there you actually go to the .com for it.
Yeah, retrosuburbia.com. This book is the most accurate and helpful book I've ever read in my entire life, besides the Bible, of course. But this puppy here, this is the one, Retro Suburbia, because it shows everything. It tells you the logistics of it, the cheapest route, the safest route. It's absolutely amazing. And it's worth the $100. It's worth the 120 or 140 bucks because it's going to look after you. It shows you how the economy is going to be after grid down. It shows you how the economy is going to be after peak oil.
Hey, Howie, how do you spell his last name?
David Holmgren. 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 David Holmgren. He was the one that invented permaculture, a sustainable living. Well, him and Bill Mollison coined it from tree crops.
But found it. Okay, I just wanted to find it here. Holmgren Design.
Yep.
All right. And wow. Okay, so this is what his YouTube channel looks like, folks. And yep, there's the book right there. So, yeah. And so he has 256 subscribers. But yeah, he's got the stuff there.
Go see who his community is.
So let me go ahead and pull that and post that here.
Yeah.
And there's his link to his website, folks.
Fantastic. Well, that's the intel there.
Are you learning neat stuff here, Katie?
Those are such amazing books. I'm sorry, I'm so quiet.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you weren't getting left out of anything last time in here. But I hope you're picking up stuff so you can run your own stuff going here.
Yeah.
Build up here.
That Holmgren Design, that guy thinks into the future. And what the future of the city, the village, the community is going to be like. It's going to be vastly different than what it is now. You have cookie cutter houses now. Every house looks the same. In the future, that's not the case.
Yeah.
That's not the case. It's going to be the homeowner building it from cob, tiny home, and it's going to be just basically a place to eat, sleep, and rest. It's not going to be. It's too difficult on the planet for a large house for one person anymore. It just doesn't cut it. You know.
Yeah. All right, McCoy's working overtime there.
What's he doing? McCoy's pretty slick.
He's
on it.
He's taking over from Kathy.
Yeah.
Or she, whichever one it is out there. That would be, I know who that is. So does Katie, don't you?
She's not answering.
Yeah. All right, so I'm not gonna butcher this. Liana is McCoy's Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, Liana. Or is it Leanna? Is it pronounced with an I as an I or an E? Never can tell how some names are pronounced, whether the I is pronounced I or E. So we got that there, and we got here's the good come on, let's go.
It's
Earth
Yeah,
ship.
yeah, up there.
Have you heard of those Earth ships?
Oh yeah. There's a whole bunch of them being built down in Arizona and New Mexico.
Lots here too. I like them. I visited lots, of them, and people have them in the forest. It's amazing to see. They have lemons in them, growing a row of oranges. It's like you're in Florida, but you're in Canada. It's like, oh no. And yeah, it's my favorite thing to visit is cob houses, tiny houses, earth ships, anything cob made or rammed earth, anything made from the earth. Because right now we have what's called geodesic housing. It was Buckminster Fuller that invented the geodesic dome. And basically it was a 2x2 joined together into this geodesic dome. So Albert Einstein used to make fun of Buckminster Fuller. He didn't like him because he knew that we were going to put this geodesic housing onto the backs of the working poor for 40 years. Albert Einstein knew, and he used to make fun of Bucky. Bucky used to hate him back too and try to make fun of him. I've read it in memoirs from people that were there, and it's cool. It's cool that Albert Einstein called him a dirtbag, really. So it's pretty cool. He knew that it was going to be a yoke upon man, and it was. It was a pot of garbage. Geodesic housing is junk. Every 60 years, you have to tear it down and build it again. You go to southern France and look at a cob house; it's there for 1,000 years.
Yep.
What the heck's going on?
That's true.
Yeah. All these generations are slaves to slavership.
It's money,
man. It's money. Yeah.
Well, I like what Jay said here. Back when his dad first got into carpentry, 800 square foot was a big house, and then they've been growing, bit by bit by bit.
Yeah.
Anything above 2,000 square feet was a mansion.
Mine's 1,450. Good size.
Mine's so small I have to walk outside to change my mind.
Dave.
All right. Well, folks, we're coming up on 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
It's been a great sharing of information here and bonding of family. We're a family now. We're bonding. And so, any final things from the side chat?
Well, I was going to ask Dave, what days that you're having the wizard on?
I don't know yet. I asked him to get with me what day would be his best day.
He's always an interesting fellow. I'd like to see that. Yeah, that'd be cool. I bet he's going to send the book prior to going on. You're going to get the book before. That's what happened to me. I didn't even know us like this book shows up. But it's very good.
I don't expect it, but I've got so many books recently. I could spend the next year trying to read everything, especially the big one from Doc and Nurse Amy.
I got that
700 plus pages, and it's a lot.
I got the small version on my Kindle, and it's a lot to read. All right, so
it's been a pleasure. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So, guys, one last shot in there. There's the Discord link to Southern Ohio.
Can I say
prepping.
one thing
Yes.
before we end?
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't want to say this to shout myself out. Not at all. I just want to say this as an encouragement, I guess. If this comes out right.
Yeah.
I just want to say, like, the last couple of years, because you were talking about prepping, and along with canning and dehydrating, the last couple of years, I've really been learning how to do electrical and do like our plumbing and all of that, and like working on cars. And I just want to say, if I can do it, any young person can do it. Like if I can learn to prep, anybody can do it. It's so easy. You just take one small step and it turns into the ocean, as you all know.
Before I go, I must show you something.
All right.
This is a cross-sectional diagram that was built for children and university students on how to make pathway soil bank, hugel mound, and a food forest. And this was designed for kindergarten to university. Yeah.
Yeah, and there are some trying to think who did it. Let's talk. I think it may have been either Let's Talk About Prepping or I don't think it was Asymmetrical, but they went to where his mother teaches or I think his mother teaches at a school, and they had a hydroponic setup that the elementary kids were doing in a school.
Wow.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it was out, I believe, today or yesterday.
Wow.
Is when I got it. So, but there's one other thing here. I'm gonna pull this up here real quick here for Katie. This is a book I would recommend you invest in. This is what I learned on before, when I was a kid. I became a general engineering contractor because I had this book as a kid. It's just readers. It's on Amazon. It's a Reader's Digest complete how to do it manual.
You have to like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it every year it goes up in price, but it's hardcover and it great pictures, illustrations, step by step how to wire a 3-way switch, a 4-way switch, how to do plumbing, everything.
That's definitely something I'll have to look into because we're trying to do, I think it's a 4-way switch, or is it a 3-way, in our hallway, and I cannot for the life of me figure it out.
All right, Howie. So, on a 3-way switch can be just 2 switches that, that work it. When you put a third switch in the middle, that's the 4-way switch.
Okay.
And that's the switch. It's a different actual switch than the other two. The other two have 3 terminals on it. The 4-way switch has 4 terminals on it. And so, and it shows you how to do that in this book.
Awesome.
And that's how I know that, because it was in the book and I learned how to do that as a kid. All right, everybody. It's been great. It's after 11 o'clock Mountain Time here. And thank everybody for coming in here and showing everybody some love and support in the channel here. And so with that, we're going to say goodbye. Stay safe.
Thanks for having me.
And stay prepared.